It's a sad, sad, sad morning in the degenerate household. Good morning to you. I hope everything is going well on your end. Chris Godwin, injury, hurts real bad. I asked for one thing from yesterday. I asked for one thing. I wanted to come out of the game staying healthy. It was a terrible scheduling spot for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, having to host the Baltimore Ravens on a short week, or not on a short week, but you know what I mean. They're playing Monday night. They got revenge game with the Falcons, which is all I really cared about the last few weeks. The revenge matchup with the Falcons. Not only does Mike Evans go down, you could tell he was hurt right out of the gate, first play. Could tell he was hurt. Not only does he go down, but Chris Godwin, 43 seconds left. And, you know, I am just curious. Everybody is entitled to their opinion. But I am curious where, you know, anybody who's in here. Oh no, am I getting a corp call? Yeah, I am. Hold on. Hold on one second. Can't chat right now. All good. I can call you at 1. Hold on. If you need anything, email. Okay. Sorry about that. If I understand if you're playing a game, you play to win, you play to the whistles blown. But I also think you have to be smart. I think you have to be smart and you have to understand what's at stake. And you also just kind of have to chalk it up, right? I'm sorry, but 43 seconds left, you're down 10, the ball at your own 30. There's just no need, in my opinion. There's no need. It's just foolish. So if your stance is injuries happen, it's not on bowls, fine. But I think you can only probably be so adamant on that being the right move, given what we saw happen. Mike Evans was already hurt. You know, he's already hurt. Like there's a time and a place to not risk injury. It's week 7. You have a divisional matchup ahead with the Falcons, which means way more than a game against the Ravens. I'm sorry, it does. It's how it works. So, anyways, it's just terrible. My vibes are not going to be very high, although that has nothing to do with the NBA being back. Thank you to Snide for making another W graphic. By the way, Snide is on his graphic game. I thought it looked great. And Steak and Fat Girls, I mean, the communication on their end is just couldn't be more piss poor. I thought Fat Girls, this actually probably isn't anything to do with Fat Girls. It's more Steak. Steak is really good at a lot of things. He's great. He's my guy through and through, but the communication could maybe be a little bit better. Hold on one second. This guy has to be fucking kidding me. Anything we can do to nudge? I'm sorry, but hard for me to believe they didn't think this through after taking as long as they did to complete the package. No, we literally just gave them harass. They figured out sorry. Unfucking believable. How people are so incompetent and so bad at their jobs. It's unbelievable to me. All right, yeah, this guy is just a total fucking moron. Sorry. Not now. Not now for morons. Not after Chris Godwin goes down. Okay. Sorry about that. Fat Girls woke up. W's. Yep. Steak catching early strays. Oh, Steak knows. I'm already bitching at him in the back rooms of the degenerate headquarters. He told me, let's do NBA at 10. Fat Girls will be ready to go. I'm like, really? Because Fat Girls told me that that's very early. And he's probably not going to be up, so maybe I should do NHL first. Threw me all off. And Chris Godwin gets hurt. I grind my teeth, and I think part of my filling is missing. My tooth is sensitive. I need an emergency dentist appointment. Got a meeting at 9:30 on the phone. It's been a hectic morning, but nothing to ease the pain like talking about basketball. Just kidding. I know you guys love that shit, and I'm going to do my best to put on a smile and get through it. Tuesday is my day off, man. I was sleeping beauty. Yeah, no, that's okay. Fat Girls, you told me 10:30 from the start. Steak threw me off and told me 10, but his communication skills aren't the best. But anyways, yeah, I do have some coffees or have some coffee. Do you think it's Godwin's last game with us? No, I actually just liked a tweet. I was going to retweet it when we got done. Somebody mentioned this, and I agree. He said it's just my gut, but I think that the Bucks will do the right thing and extend Godwin. I want Godwin to be a Buck forever. I don't want to see him in another uniform. I love Chris Godwin. I almost got a Chris Godwin jersey. No, I actually ordered a Chris Godwin jersey right around when COVID hit, and then it just like never came, and it kept saying delay. When I understand like the world's crazy, so I wasn't being a little bitch about it. And then in November around Thanksgiving, I'm like, man, this is getting crazy. It's like 7 months later. They just canceled the order. And I was like, well, maybe it wasn't meant to be. But I love Chris Godwin. He's like my favorite new player on the Bucks when we got him. Yeah, just devastating. Absolutely devastating. All good. Just relaying a message. Okay. Yeah. Anyways, Bucks will get the deal done with him. I sure hope so. Yeah. Penn State legend. Seriously, man. I mean, he's a good dude too. I remember I'm not really active on Instagram, but I followed him and his wife on Instagram. They're awesome. Like just nice people, good people, love dogs, big dog lovers. I feel like that's always really telling. Just a very good dude, a really good dude. So I hope for the best. We'll talk a little NHL. Now I have to fly through it because I guess that's what I'm going to do first now. And then we'll talk NBA. So everybody lock in. And like I said, if it's a little gloomy today, I apologize. But Chris Godwin going down with the revenge match with the Atlanta Falcons on deck really has me legitimately shook. I mean, I am. I'm just shook. W Cardinals though. We got the best bet. So 2-5 on best bets this year. Hey-o. Cade Otton. I got a little too cute with my play on the catch on the first drive, but the first quarter yards hit. I did ladder him to over 3.5, 6 and 7 receptions, and he hit that. It ended up with 8 for 100. So W's. Obviously, I can't really celebrate that too much because his stats were skewed by the injuries to the receivers. But W. And go Cardinals. Happy to get that. And remember what I said about the Chargers, man. Not scoring a lot of points in the second half. So I don't even think they got in the end zone. Five field goals. Team that I'm really not fearing. I'll tell you that. F Todd Bowles, man. Yeah, listen, I mean, some people on Twitter, you should read the comments on that tweet. I mean, this guy Doughboy, he's just not happy with me. He's like, thank God you're never a coach. Meanwhile, he loves Nick Sirianni. So whatever, everybody's entitled to their opinion. I think if I was in that situation and you have a 0.0001% chance of winning, down 10 with 43 seconds left on your own 30-yard line, I wouldn't have been playing Chris Godwin after Mike Evans is already hurt. That's just me, but whatever. Well, at least we can say Bucks will be contrary next game. Very funny, Stein. All right, let's run through NHL, guys. We got the Capitals and the Flyers. So, look, I know it's only 5 games in. I did fade the Flyers on the season. I love seeing that 1-3-1 record. It's really good coach. So that's got no backlash this year. Yeah, don't even get me started, TK Franz. By the way, good morning, everybody. I didn't say good morning, but I did want to give you guys a shout out. Thank you for hanging out last night. That was fun. Also, the Monday streams have been great. You guys have been awesome. The YouTube has been pretty thick lately. We love that. I see you guys on Twitter. I think yesterday we had like 1,000 views at one point. Thank you to Ramble for coming on, MJ and Royal for talking props. Those guys are great. That was awesome too. So really appreciate it. This is a great time for sports. And as I've said before, any feedback on your end, if there's anything we could be doing more of or differently, I know I got to get a film room video. Some people have DM'd me about that, which is hilarious. And I'll get one of those this week and whatnot, and we'll keep cranking. Steak and Fat Girls confirmed for 10:30. By the way, newsletter, if you haven't already subscribed, please do. You can do so for free. The website, thedegenerateweekly.com. We finally got on the winning side in the NFL. Hoorah. Hooah, hooray, hooah. That's like a military thing, right? Yeah, not happy as Chargers fan. Herbert, 250 passing yards. That dude needs some help. Yep, W Discord. Get in the Discord too. Thank you, Snidesy, for reminding me. Let me link the fellas, and then let's talk a little puck. I've been taking it easy on the ice. I need a bit of a sample size. I'm kind of just watching my investments in the team that I faded, the teams that I've faded. Oh, hold on. Let me send. God damn it, Steak is so annoying. I need to email him the fucking link. All right, Fat Girls. Okay, take your time though, guys. Oh yeah, I got to do a show, or not got to do a show. I was asked to do a show with this Twitter account named Chuck Bass. I think he's pretty funny. Do you guys follow Chuck Bass? He's like a fantasy guy. I think I'm not really like super tapped into the fantasy network on Twitter. I'm not the biggest fantasy guy, but he's a good account. He's a funny account. Flyers Thunder Under. Ooh, yeah. All right, hold on. Let me email Steak because he's a pain in my ass. Anybody have any thoughts while we are waiting on the Flyers and the Capitals? Here we go. Stream link. And then it's Tuesday. So we typically talk in NFL Tuesday. We're going to have to do NFL and college tomorrow. It's going to be a loaded Flyers are one of your faves. No shit. Discord link says it's expired. All right, Snidesy, you can handle that. Thanks, dude. I appreciate it. We've been getting a lot of people trickling on in there in the Discord. We love to see that. All right, Higher Destiny. There you go. W. Seriously, at what point do we just take chalk? Yeah, I don't know. Okay, let's get into it. I want to say, Higher Destiny, first time chatter. Welcome to the board review. Every weekday, 10:30. We do start early when we have more things to talk about. As obviously today we're doing NBA. So Flyers are 1-3-1. I like to see that. I'm not the biggest Capital fan. I don't know that I really respect them very much, but also I'm not going to be one of those guys that fades them. I had my fun fading the Capitals a little while ago. I'm good on that. Let's see what the line is doing here. We got 5.5 opener. Oh, that's interesting. 5.5 opener up to 6. The Flyers are favored. Should the Flyers be favored? Is that interesting? Mikov is gross for the Flyers. Yeah, he's good. I saw that fucker. He scored like 2 goals the other night. Does anybody have a thought on this game? Check edit.com. I don't know. What do you mean? Morning, DJ. What's up? We can just update it weekly. Winners group likes Flyers. Okay, yeah. It looks like it's the Flyers just based off of the line. That's how my brain works. Opener of 120. Maybe a little money coming in on the Capitals, moving down 5 cents. Who have the Capitals beaten, though? I mean, the Flyers, the thing about, oh, no. You got to be fucking kidding me. My mouse just died. This is, Jesus Christ. This is not off to a good start today. Okay. My wife just laughed at me, too. That's great. Flyers. Oh, come on. How do the Flyers not bounce back? I hate that it's the Flyers tonight. They start the year with a 4-game road trip. First game back, we didn't fucking fade them, unfortunately. Malitsky special. First game back, they lose 3-0. Then they've had what? The 20th, the 21st off. They play on the 22nd, which is tonight. And the Capitals have had a couple days off. This second game on their road trip. It's got to be the Flyers. Has to be the Flyers. Yeah, this is going to suck with no mouse. I might have to go see if I have another mouse, but I'll wait till Fat Girls and Steak come on so they can start talking and avoid the awkward silence. System first period over, active. Ooh, okay. I love tweaking with some systems. Let's get some systems on the board. Minnesota. I faded Minnesota on the year. Not looking like a great idea so far. Let's see. We got the Panthers -1, -155 down. I mean, that's a lot. That's a good number for the Panthers. The Panthers are a wagon. They are missing some guys. I don't know what's up with Barkov coming off an overtime win there. Wow, they've been playing some tight games. Look at this. 1-goal games from the Panthers the last 4. It's going to be tight. It's going to be tight. I would have to imagine. I did play Bobrovsky over saves, which was nice. W Prop King, I didn't get CLV on that, actually. They were playing the, who are they playing? They were playing the Canucks, I think. The Canucks were desperate for a win, and they got one. So we've got the Minnesota Wild on a 4th game of a road trip. Wow. Oh, my God. Look at this road trip they're on. 7 games. They got to go Panthers, then they got to go Lightning. Oh, wow. That's tough. I think I like the Panthers here. personally. I'm sure most people probably would, so that's not really groundbreaking. Don't you just need a double A battery? No, it's a wireless one. It like plugs in and charges. Hill Daddy, unfortunately. We'll keep moving. We'll battle through adversity. Listen, you know what Notre Dame, the sign they hit every time they go on the field and play, right? They hit play like a champion today. You know, Michigan does something similar like that. It's do what Connor Stallion tells us. I'm just kidding. Shit's not going very well for Michigan this year. I wonder what changed. Just kidding. They deserved that championship last year. They were very worthy. Sharon Moore, over under 1.5 years coaching. Anyways, Devils and Lightning. Ooh, this is a good game. Too bad. I've never been to Prudential Center. Hey, serious question to everybody in here. Is it worth going? My wife loves live hockey. We're going to maybe go to the Rangers game Thursday. I'd like to get her out to UBS where the Islanders play. I think she'd really like it. It's a nice arena. W Suck at Will with the sub bank. Appreciate you. Over to Hill Daddy. Very nice of you. Is it worth going to a Devils game? Can anybody tell me? Anybody in YouTube, Twitter, Twitch? Devs for sure tonight, I think. Yeah, DGen, can I interest you in Sabres money line? Oh, God. I hate betting on the Sabres, dude. We all make bad bets, but Derrick Henry under yards was all time. Not really. He had one big run. What are you going to do? Before that, he was clamped. Like the under. Okay. UBS is the best arena out of Rangers, Devil Islanders. E-Dog, thank you. I concur. I mean, I love the Garden. It's one of those arenas that lives up to the hype. And I'm not I live in New York. I've lived here for a long time, but I'm not somebody who just like blindly slurps New York related things. It's not like you just walk into any place and you'll get the best bagel you ever had or the best pizza you ever had. It doesn't really work like that. There's a lot of shitty food out there still at the same time. So I definitely will tell you if like, oh, you know what? MSG is a little overrated. No, it's a great place, great venue. Love it for Knicks games more than I love it for Rangers games. I have been to a Devils game. It's good, but compared to the other options around, not worth it. Okay, TK, appreciate the feedback. How many booms does MSG get? I'll tell you what, 3 booms for college basketball, 2 booms for Knicks games, 1 boom for Rangers games. That's how I'd rank it. Incredible place for college basketball. Okay. I can't wait for college basketball. Actually, that'll be fun. Okay, you're telling me you want to bet the Sabres? Dude, fuck the Sabres, man. Fuck the Sabres. No, I don't want to bet the Sabres. DJ marked safe from betting on Buffalo Sabres. And listen, this is nothing. Where's Jeremy Perry been, by the way? I like Jeremy Perry. He was a fun little guy in the fun little guy. I'm just kidding. I don't know if he's a little guy. He was a fun guy in the community. I hope he's all good. Yeah, it looks a little contrarian, that's for sure. I just hate the fucking Sabres. I hate them. And I feel like every time I wanted to get sharp or get contrarian and bet the Sabres at a plus price at home, they would always suck. What's up, Ron Mux? Good morning. Snide versus Primer. I love that. Very fun. Special K, where do you go? Where do you side on that? Yeah, I don't love it, but Dallas might have won rat shirt Buffalo. I hope it's not that easy. Yeah, you never know though, man. Dallas is going to be a fucking wagon this year. They really are. I bet on them once so far. I took them to the Capitals team total under, I think, with Ottinger in net after he signed that. Oh no, wait. Was that against the Stars? That was either against the Stars or the Knights. I can't remember now. I might be way off on Aiden Hill, by the way. He might not be that guy, pal. We got the Rangers. Listen, my Rangers are a wagon this year. Don't get in front of them, okay? And what did I tell you? Listen, does DJ know puck? Sometimes. I'll tell you right now, it's fucking Alexis Lafreniere season, but I can't get excited. You know what I mean? It was Chris Godwin season 2, and then he just destroyed his ankle. So that's the sad thing, man, especially, your favorite players, your favorite teams. And on top of that, if you bet on them and it's looking good and then injuries happen, so you just can't get overly excited. Korn tells me all the time. He's like, stop saying shit during the game. I'm like, but listen, I got to live in the now. We got to live in the moment. Tomorrow's not promised. I have to celebrate and I have to be excited. And then I do. And Baker, RIP Baker Mayfield, most touchdown passes, right? I mean, who's he going to fucking throw to? Sterling Shepard? Oh, God. Anyways. Sorry if you're just joining. I'm very shook. I'm very sad about Chris Godwin, but good morning. I'll do my best to keep the vibes up. Jalen McMillan. Yeah. Okay. Total at 6 here. Rangers minus 224. The Rangers are just going to probably go into Montreal and win this game 3-2. That's what I would say. It's probably an under here. It's probably an under. Let's see. Let's look at the total. 6.5 down to 6. Rangers are seeing. Wow, that's too much steam on the Rangers. I want to see one thing though. The Rangers are, I mean, they're just fucking wagons. So this is the third game of a road trip. Then they go back home. Ooh, they got Florida on deck Thursday. That's the game I want to go to. Is this not an under? I might play this. How is this Montembleu guy? Montembleu? Is he going to be in net? Can anybody check not Money Puck? I always forget. Daily Faceoff. Wish Corn would post some play. I know. I wish he would too. Fucking gatekeeper. I will say the Bucks have great wide receiver depth. Yeah, that's true. He is confirmed. Thank you, Busa, for telling me that. RotoWire. Okay. He's been playing like Carey Price. Yeah. I always thought Carey Price was a little overrated. I hope that doesn't offend any Montreal. I love Montreal, by the way. One of my favorite cities. I hope it doesn't offend any Montreal natives and Habs fans. I always thought Carey Price was a little overrated. I'm sorry. I just did. I like the under in this game. I do. I think it's going to be a 3-2 Rangers win. Horrible take, even as Bruins. Sorry. He was great till Kreider smashed both of Yeah. I don't know. Carey Price, good goalie. Just like, I don't know, just a little overrated. Just a little overrated. All right. Let's go Leafs and CBJ. Do the Toronto Maple Leafs need to play on the road? I mean, look at this cushy ass 4-game stretch here at home. On the road opener, they got shut out. They bounced back nicely. They lost to the Rangers. They bounced back nicely. The Leafs might be a team to watch after a loss. They might be a team to watch after a loss. Also, I think somebody tweeted about this. Maybe it was Ryan Sura or someone. Oh, I'm going to go on Owner's Box after this, by the way. So we'll talk more puck there if you guys are interested in hockey, because we got Fat Girls and Steak coming on any minute now to talk NBA, but we'll talk more puck there. Why did the NHL decide to have 25 fucking games when the NBA is starting its season tonight? They're so stupid. Although I guess there was a doubleheader in football last night, so maybe that's why. I don't fucking know. It might be the Leafs. I'm going to keep an eye on the Leafs after a loss. I think the Leafs are going to be very good this year. But I know they're not coming off of a loss, but this is their first road game here. Fuck the NBA. Yeah, no shit. Okay, let's keep moving. Interesting matchups on the ice tonight. I'm curious to pay attention. This will be a good night for hockey. Leafs back-to-back on the road. Worth betting against them. You think so? Bird, W. Bird, by the way. Hope all is well with you. Hope to see you in here more now that hockey started. W. Bird. I know, right? Bird. Look at that. Everybody's happy to see Bird. Good to see you. We're having a debate in the cord. Yeah. Oh, yeah. The NHL court has been buzzing. Can we get some Bert nuggets in here? Bert sighting. Yep. Let's get in the Discord if you like talking puck. I will be in there a little bit later. I've got going on Owner's Box, and I got a 1:30. And then I'll be in there a little bit later. Tomorrow I'm Corp. Today I'm a little flexible. And hold on one second. Where is the spread? Oh, here we go. I was looking for action. Okay. Sadly, Bert has set up a dub club. Oh, that's too bad. To each their own, though. Okay. The Red Wings to open up 240. They're down to 235 some places. Okay. Let's keep moving. Islanders and Detroit should be a good game. Should be a good game here. I got no read. I got no lean. Islanders are a team I can never get on the right side of, and you just have to kind of accept it sometimes. Like there are teams that are just thorns in your side. So yeah, Wings are ass. Interesting. Skip. Okay. Winnipeg off to a 5-0 start. Would you look at that? Geez. St. Louis bounced back a little bit, 4-2, plus 130 at home. Okay. So here's my thought. And this is probably stupid. Either the Sabres or the Blues are going to win outright. Who's it going to be? Who's the nastier team to take at home? That's the question. Vancouver and Chicago, I would venture to say that line is a little short. You get in Vancouver here in a weird spot. Let's see how long they've been on a road trip. This is the 4th game, last game of a road trip, and then they go home to play. Oh, they got a couple of days off. That'll be good. Maybe you can catch them sleeping here. They're 2-1. They certainly don't want to lose to Chicago, but maybe Chicago will be a little scrappy. That might be a live dog. Jets not going to win every game, surely. Yep, over in Chicago. The press DGen got to toss a few subs in. Thank you. I really appreciate that. Yeah, it's a tough day today, man, with Chris Godwin going down like that and the Bucs season having so much intrigue and excitement at one point. Anyways, all right. You think it's a Kraken tonight? I don't, but I like what I'm seeing from the Kraken. Remember, I am a Kraken investor. Over point total. I have their coach Dan Bylsma, coach of the year, 25-1. Like their offense so far, so good. Look at that, 7-6. This is great too. You always love to see this in hockey when you have two teams with their over point total, and then they go into overtime, so they each get a point. Love that. Already invested merch. Yeah, funny. I got to get something in working on that. All right. Colorado, Seattle. You might want to say that it is Seattle in a contrarian spot. I'm not so sure. I'm going to pass on that. 8:45. We got Nashville 0-5 favorite against Boston. I love seeing Nashville's demise like this. You knew that shit wasn't going to work out. However, this is kind of telling, is it not? It kind of looks like it's the Predators tonight. But I don't know that I really I'm not like rushing to fade Boston, if that makes sense. I just never am. Boston's also coming off of a loss. Yeah, I'm just not really rushing to fade Boston. Like, I think I'm good on that. Predators are going to win. Yeah. Edmonton and Carolina. This will be a good game. Edmonton's 2-4. They started out very poorly. Now they go back home. They're coming off a loss here. Slow start. Carolina. It's their first road game. This might be Carolina. Nope, their third road game. Okay, so they beat Pittsburgh, lost to St. Louis. Should be a good game, Carolina and Edmonton. I wonder how they match up. I think I would like Edmonton's team total under, personally. I think Carolina can make it nasty on them. Okay, Utah Hockey Club is this. Let's see. I haven't really been tapped into the NHL, so I'm just curious. All right, their home opener, the second game at home, they beat Boston. I kind of like the Senators here. Personally, I like the Senators at a small plus price. Senators they've been at home for most of the season. They've had 2 days off. They're probably starting a road trip here. Yep, they got a 3-game out west road trip. Pittsburgh and Calgary. Like Calgary, line's very short. Love what I'm seeing from Calgary. I'm on their over point total, as I'm sure you guys already know. San Jose, Anaheim, not going to go anywhere near that game. Vegas and the Kings. I mean, I kind of want to hammer Vegas here. Hasn't LA had a really weird start to the season? Oh my God, this is crazy. Look at this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 7 road games to start the season for LA. Like, how do we not fade that, you know? And then on the flip side, we've got Vegas returning back from a road trip. First game at home. They play really well at home. Look at this. You know, Aiden Hill maybe back in net. So, all right, that's kind of what I like in hockey. Let me just run it back for you. DJen, can you answer this for us? I'm on the mindset of thinking more people will be on Seattle at a plus price at home. Yeah, no, I agree. I think people are going to get cute with Seattle and fade the Avalanche, not me. No para mí. Okay. It probably is the Flyers, unfortunately. I think it's the don't overthink it Florida Panthers tonight. The Wild are probably going to be spraying, peppering the puck, so maybe go back to Bobo saves. You know what? Fuck the Devils, dude. Tampa Bay on back-to-back losses. Ooh, Vasilevsky. So much for that Cy Young. Good thing I tweeted that. I mean, Cy Young. Vezina. Good thing I tweeted that. Yeah, fuck the Leafs, man. I mean, the Devils. Fuck the Devils. Kind of like the Lightning. Not touching Buffalo. Have fun with that. I think it's the under in New York. That might be my favorite play. Not going to fade the Leafs. Maybe something there with the Blackhawks. Not going to get there with the Kraken. I'm not going to touch the Preds. I like Carolina. I like the under in that. I like Edmonton's team total under. I like Ottawa. And I like Vegas. Probably don't overthink it there with Vegas. Chile, Seattle, plus 1.5. Gonna hit even more. Yeah, probably. All right. It's time to turn the page as Bob, who is it? Bob Saget, who sings that song, would say. Hold on 1 second. Let's see. Over. Okay, somebody's rubbing it in my face that we lost. The Bucks lost and the game went over yesterday. All right, the room is filling up. Steak, you're in queue. Good morning. How are you?
I'm good, man. How are you?
I'm doing well. Actually, no, that's a lie. I'm very sad. I'm very upset. Tough game last night. Good thing you didn't go, because I certainly would have blamed you as being the Grim Reaper, because every time you go, somebody gets a season-ending injury. Now you got an Angels hat on. What's up with all the baseball hats, Durham? Do you not have basketball hats?
I got some Magic hats. I just always rock baseball caps. I feel like you ask me this every stream.
Well, yeah, because you have a fucking Diamondbacks cap on when we're talking college football. Now we're talking NBA. You have an Angels one. I just didn't know if you diversified with sports or it was strictly baseball teams. But if it's mostly baseball teams, then that makes sense.
It's mostly baseball caps.
Okay, well, that makes sense. Paulo MVP in the tag. I see that. Thank you for getting that one out of the way. That's going to be the D-Gen squad ride. I really hope Steak is okay after the hurricane. That's very nice of you, Connor Chiote. I think he is fine. I think everything is well in his area. Yeah, I guess Steak, we can get to it. Don't know where Fat Girls is. But
did you link him?
Yes, he has the link. He has the link, and he's probably just taking it easy. Okay, while he waits, Special Case says, W Steak, my guy, while he waits, you want to talk about how bad Michigan football is?
No, I wouldn't do that to Kev. Wouldn't do that to my boy Kev.
I know. I just wanted to see what Kev's reaction was. I have something I actually wanted to mention. I just realized that Notre Dame and Navy are going to be playing at the Meadowlands. The Meadowlands, nobody calls it that anymore. The MetLife at Saturday. I have a Friday wedding, unfortunately. And then that game is Saturday at noon. Would have loved it if it was a little bit later, but I'm just going to wake up and head out and maybe go tailgate. Anybody in the chat, if you're watching, if you are going, let me know. Notre Dame is 13.5-point favorites. We'll talk. Steak, are you going to be on tomorrow to talk college football?
Yeah, it sounds like I heard you say NFL and college football. I'd love to double dip with you.
Okay. I just figured that out because I was like, fuck, we usually do NFL today, but we're going to have to pivot. So yeah, it'll be a double whammy tomorrow. Maybe we'll start at 10. I'll see if Javon wants to hop on as well. College football has been doing pretty well. Last week we were 3-3, unfortunately. Couldn't get Oregon State late night. Like most of the plays for the most part. But we'll take a winning day in the NFL. Or a winning weekend, I should say. NBA is my best sport. Very funny. All right, Fat Girls is loading. Let's start talking NBA. You sent me a team preview link. I think I have it up. Yes, I do. I've got DraftKings up. I have Bet Online up for some player futures that we can talk about and some NBA season previews. Good morning, Fat Girls. How are you?
Good morning, King. How's it going?
It's been a little bit better.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry about Chris Godwin, D-Gen.
That's okay. I know you're a good guy and you don't root for injuries, even though you have the Atlanta Falcons all up in your slurpage area. You want to win the right way and you want to beat teams at their best. So I know that you're not happy to see that happen. But do you have a Falcons -2.5 bet in after that for next weekend? No.
Are they -2.5?
Well, Cornfields was DMing me. He said that the Bucks look ahead was -2.5. After Mike Evans and Chris Godwin injury, it's now +2.5. He says that 4-point adjustment is too much. So it sounds like he's probably going to take the Bucks, and he thinks the Bucks will close at 1. So, yeah, and it could be. And no, Fat Girls had a great point. He said you got to be loving this because now the Bucks will be contrarian. But contrarian betting is dead.
Sure,
so I'm not really.
I mean, no, but like this is like the type of bet. Like, is anybody going to take the Bucks against the Falcons on Sunday? Probably not. Short week. There couldn't be as much bad news. Like, I honestly hate the Falcons. This is where you step in.
Bro, yeah, by Thursday, Betting Queen and Trent will both be on the Bucks.
No.
Somehow, some way, dude. Dude, that's just what it's come to. Like, nobody takes the obvious shit anymore.
Exactly.
That's the problem now.
Okay, let's get into it. Suck It Wheel with another sub bang to dig that. Appreciate you, Suck It Wheel. Okay, let's talk hoop. And before we talk season previews, actually, I guess maybe a good way to touch on some of these teams is talk about the games tonight, if that's okay with you guys. And we have the New York Knicks and the Boston Celtics. Both of these teams treated us quite well last year. Steak, you just lead into the year of the square. I think you took UConn to win it all. I think you took the Celtics to win it all.
I didn't take UConn. I had Purdue, but I did take the Celtics.
Oh, okay. My bad. Well, you had the Celtics to win it all. And good job on that. The Knicks, I had their over wins on the season. And I am somebody who, as a Magic fan, and I don't really care for many New York sports teams, I like the Knicks. The Knicks are very cool. I want them to do well and find success. They're playing tonight. Boston's -5.5. Maybe my best take and my best tweet I will ever have, and that I also did not act upon, was last year that the Boston Celtics are first half wagons. I think they set a record for the amount of times they covered the spread in the first half. They were like 55-20 27 or like whatever the math is on that. I actually think that does add up. How do you guys feel? So I'm seeing the total here according to actually let me go to X Network. How do you guys feel right out of the gate of just going right back and smashing the fucking Celtics first half? Would you have any issues with me doing that? They're 4.5 up to 5.5. Total is 221 up a point to 222. Steak, I saw you punch something in on your Action Network. Fat Girls, I don't know if I follow you in action, but I will as soon as we're done. What do you think about this game? And then after we're done, let's talk about the teams.
Okay, I punched in the Boston Celtics. I do think the Knicks will be good this year, but I don't know that it happens immediately. I love the Mikal Bridges trade. I was really excited about that. I love him. I love that fit even. I didn't love the Carl giving up Julius Randle and DiVincenzo for Cat. And I don't know if I'm in the minority here or not, but I don't know, man. I just think that even straight up that trade, I don't know if I would have loved for the New York Knicks. And Dante is underrated. I was surprised. I feel like he's a New York guy. And so I really didn't love it. And I don't know that Cat is an immediate good fit. I'm not saying he'll never get it going, even though, to be honest with you, I think someone as soft as Cat playing in New York and getting blasted by the New York media all day sounds awful. I do think the Celtics win and cover the spread tonight for sure. Not saying I'm fading the Knicks all season, but I'm going to start off by fading them.
Okay, thank you for clarifying that. Fat Girls, are you sick?
No.
Allergies?
Yeah.
Got you. You probably have the sniffles because you're sad about Chris Godwin. I understand. I can empathize. All right, talk to me about Celtics 5.5. And just to be clear, Fat Girls, are you a Bulls fan?
Sure.
You're a Chicago sports guy, but you're just not super into the Bulls?
Yeah, I'm not into them.
Okay, fair enough. Earmuffs, Chewy. All right, what do you think about the Knicks, Celtics in this matchup? And then talk about maybe that trade for the Knicks.
I do agree. The Knicks do look pretty comfortable. Celtics will also be without Porzingis tonight. And for whatever reason, dude, sport's a sport. Everybody loves fading like opening night, like the banner night, the ring night. Panthers earlier in the year didn't have a pulse. Everybody faded the Chiefs opening night, didn't have a pulse. I'm just going back to the Celtics. I think they score 120. I took them -4.5 a couple days ago, and I took their team total. So,
wow.
Yeah, I think the Celtics just unleash.
WCLV. I'm surprised you doubled down on the team total too. Damn.
I just really like the stuff that happened like over the summer with the Celtics, where like Tatum was struggling in the Olympics and like Jaylen Brown was pissed off that he didn't get the call. I bet on Jaylen Brown's points tonight. I really like him tonight. So that's kind of the narrative.
Holy shit, you sprayed this game.
Of course, dude. It's opening night. What the fuck?
I could barely sleep. No, I'm just kidding. In all seriousness, no, that's a good angle too to bring up. I didn't even really think about that Olympics thing with Tatum. You know, that's probably, well, I don't know. He's not really a dog, but I do respect his talent. I don't hate that one bit. So you got 4.5 Steak. You're just on the Celtics -5.5. I'm going to get cute with the first half and just see if they can run it back with the first half. And on that note, on player props, because I know everybody loves NBA player props. You said, I'm sorry, Jaylen Brown points over?
Yeah.
Love it. I really do. I might have to put that in an underdog entry. Okay, and then with the Knicks, something I would potentially fade, like Steak was saying, the trade for Cat. I'm not really crazy about it either. The one thing, though, to touch on with Dante DiVincenzo, I thought he was a New York City guy, but apparently what I saw, unless I got ball sacked, he wasn't crazy or like super into the Villanova thing with all the Villanova guys reunited or whatever. Like,
there was like some behind the scenes stuff going on with Thibodeau because they played. Did you see the video of the preseason game they played?
Yep. And he was talking shit to him, taking a free throw.
Yeah, he was talking some shit. It was super random. I still don't know what it was like this day, but I think it was something with Thibodeau. I don't think it had anything to do with the Nova guys.
How do we not take McCall with all this jump shot? Dude, I'm so with that ramble. I almost retweeted that, but I was going to wait till today, opening day, and put FUD. And I think that Mikal Bridges doing a weird jump shot and going like 0 for 9 in the preseason, I would buy the dip on that in the FUD and say that he goes nuts tonight. Steak, last thing about the Knicks. You said you love Mikal Bridges.
Love him.
I don't even really know a lot about this guy. Was he on the Nets?
Yeah.
Okay, he was on the Nets. Where did he go to college?
Nova.
I was going to say, another Nova guy. Villanova.
Mikal Bridges is a Villanova guy?
Yeah.
Can he shoot threes?
Yeah, I mean, before, yeah, he can, but I guess not
Something
in the preseason.
happened over the summer. and it's just the only storyline that's been going on for the past 48 hours. I don't know if New York broke him or the Nets broke him, but whatever the fuck they did to him, dude, it's pretty bad.
I'm gonna buy the dip. I'm gonna buy the dip.
He was never Steph Curry, to be clear, but he definitely
Yeah.
has never been called a bad 3-point shooter in his life.
Okay. I might do a little something, and again, just maybe in an underdog entry with I'm gonna see what it is on underdog. Knicks. I would fade Karl Anthony Towns playing in this offense and maybe not having a lot of chemistry to start out of the gate. He is for 3-pointers made. Wow, 2.5. That's more than I expected. Higher is a
What's the
plus
juice?
price. Well, it's 1.18 payout on higher than 2.5 threes made. So he's definitely favored to go under that. I totally forgot about OG Anunoby. Glad to see he's healthy. Yeah, the Knicks got dudes. Okay, so Steak, you're not fading the Knicks on the season. Fat Girls, are you fading the Knicks or betting on the Knicks this season? No.
No, nothing with them.
All right, very more than fair. All right, well, I'm kind of excited now to have action on this game more than I was an hour ago. Okay, let's talk. I'm actually really excited to talk about the Timberwolves because boy, oh boy, am I just in love with Anthony Edwards. Timberwolves opening night in LA. This is actually a pretty good game. Can't wait to go to sleep, not watch a second of it. -1.5. Let's see if that is all right. -1.5 down to -1. Maybe a little money coming on the Lakers getting points. Home opener 225. Way down to 220.5. Maybe people like this under. So no Cat in with the Timberwolves now. So is Randall healthy? Is he playing? Julius Randle? Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
Randall's playing. Dante's playing. The Lakers. I don't know what this team did in the offseason, if they did anything at all. So maybe you guys can tell me. But I'm not really a LeBron guy. Respect the talent. It's amazing what he's doing at his age. I know Anthony Davis is phenomenal. They've got Austin Reeves still, maybe, who's a little swaggy. Outside of that, Rui Hachimura, I really don't know. So if I'm looking at this game, just being a big Anthony Edwards slurper, I would hammer the Timberwolves. Is this line a little short? That's what I would want to know. Because the Lakers, did they make it to the playoffs last year, or did they get eliminated in the play-ins?
They got eliminated.
Yeah.
Or they made it, they got eliminated to the Nuggets in the first round. One of those. I think maybe they got eliminated.
They lost to the Nuggets. They won the play-in.
I think this line looks a little short. I love the Timberwolves. Steak, you got anything on the Wolves, Lakers?
So they got Dalton Connect. I think that's worth mentioning because I think he'll actually be pretty good. I really wanted the Magic to get him. I know that's a dumb thing to say, but I was really hoping that was happening. We were the next pick.
That's not dumb.
I do think the line's a little short. I don't think getting contrarian really works in the NBA at all, but I do think the line's a bit short. But it's also kind of like the Laker effect, kind of like when you talk about people still bet the Cowboys at short lines.
Mm-hmm.
People still bet Michigan as small favorites against a school like Illinois, no matter what you've seen all year with your eyeballs, because your eyeballs tell you that Minnesota should be better than the Lakers this year. LeBron's a year older. They did nothing in the offseason, like everyone's saying. The third guy you named is Rui Hachimura. That should tell you a lot.
Yeah.
But damn, I don't know if I want to try to get cute with the Lakers here. I kind of like Minnesota.
Fat Girls?
Kind of like the Lakers. Don't have much reasoning. It just kind of feels like opening night where I kind of thought coming into today is everybody was going to take the Knicks with the points and everybody was going to take Anthony Edwards at a short line. But I don't have much on this game right now. It's a tough game.
Okay.
I do think Minnesota looks like either the one or two trendiest team in the NBA this year with how they performed last year.
Absolutely. I think that's very fair. Camus Money is in the chat. Camus Money says Julius Randle PRA. What sport does the public not eat early on?
Yep.
Fair. Was baseball.
I'll say this. I would much rather buy into Julius Randle being an immediate fit than I would Cat.
The next person that says Bronny is getting timed out for.
Dude, he's not even going to play.
I can't. I muted Bronny on. It was the first time I ever muted anything on Twitter during the NBA draft. People were talking about betting him first overall, 200-1 and stuff. I can't. Connect is going to be getting his with the second unit. Don't care if it's obvious. I'm good with that. Timberwolves second quarter money line with Bronny. Oh, stop it. All right. RO fit. All right, sick money to the bin. Penalty box is getting loaded up here early. Hey, on that note of talking about Dalton Connect, can we look at the rookie of the year market. Actually, before we do that, thoughts on these teams season long. I'm with you. As much as I like Anthony Edwards and the Timberwolves, I like. I think is it Chris Finch or Fincher? What's the coach's name?
Coach Finch.
Love that guy. I like the players on the Timberwolves. I'm not going to fade them. I'm not going to bet on them. Maybe I'll do something with Anthony Edwards in like a season long. Ooh, that's what I should do. I should do an NBA season long entry on Underdog. I know Steak, you don't have access to that. Fat Girls, I don't know if you do. I might literally do that right now while we're going through NBA season. And Anthony Edwards might be the squarest shit of all time, and I don't even fucking care. Anthony Edwards, points per game. That's all you can do. 27.3 or 2.83 pointers made per game. All right, I'll think about it. Now you don't like it?
Nah, that is fucking the biggest bait I've ever seen. Maybe.
Okay. Which one? Both of them? Points and 3
per game. Sure, that's bait.
Okay. All right. Fair enough. I mean, he's going to average 35.
Yeah. Well, you and Trent will have more entries.
Favorite props in this game? Does anybody have any?
I'm on Dante DiVincenzo and Julius Randle threes.
I like Julius Randle in some way. It might just be points for me with Julius Randle.
Ew. That's gross. Julius Randle threes?
Yeah.
Does he take threes?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, he's got 1.5 3-pointers made. Double. Julius Randle for a double tonight?
Very possible.
That's paying 2-1.
Maybe not.
No.
The Timberwolves have. I don't know. I feel like there's a lot of guys in the Timberwolves to get rebounds.
All right. Well, I'm going to do an opening night points, rebounds, and assists. Oh, and it's a Julius Randle revenge game. You fucks. How did nobody say that? He used to be on the Lakers.
Yeah.
Didn't the Lakers draft him?
Yeah, I think so.
All right. I'm doing that. All right. So we're going here. We're gonna go. I'm kind of in on what Fat Girls was saying with Jaylen Brown points. I do like that. You know what I'm worried about though? Maybe a blowout and he rests.
I'll throw one more thing in there since there's only 2 games. You guys are going to tell me it's not the most Jason Tatum thing ever to have a pretty lackluster final performance, let the MVP go to Jaylen Brown, get shit on all Olympics because he's a fucking bench rider, and then come out in game 1 and score 50? Because I could see that shit happening.
See, that's why I'm nervous about taking Brown then, because I could see that happening with Tatum.
Me too.
I could be wrong. I'll tell you guys one thing about the Celtics. Every time they play primetime, one of Jason Tatum or Jaylen Brown never show up. One of them always run cardio.
Yeah.
So
you're right.
If it's Brown,
no, you're right.
It is what it is. But I like Jaylen Brown.
I don't blame you at all because they both have their reasons, like Steak said, and then you pointed out with Jaylen Brown not getting the call in the Olympics. So one of these guys is going to go off. I'm just scared to pick the wrong one. This is going to be my entry tonight. I'm going Randall PRA, and I'm going Mikal Bridges over threes, 50. Let's just go half a unit for a little fun.
Also, can I say one more thing? And this is going to annoy some people, but I'm going to say it. I think the Jason Tatum hate has actually reached too high of a level. I'm all about hating on some guys, especially when they're millionaire kids. I'm down to fucking hate on them. Jason Tatum is a baller, and I feel like we're acting like he's not. And I was disappointed, obviously, because I had him to win the NBA Finals MVP with the Celtics championship. So obviously that would have been an insane hit if I got both. And I don't know. I think the hate's got too high. I think he's really fucking good with capability to be top 10. I'm not going to say top 5 because then I'll get flamed, but he definitely has the capability to be a top 10 NBA player. And man, the hate for this guy is at a high, all-time high.
So just to touch on that, I love Tatum's game. I thought about betting him MVP as well. I don't think I ended up doing it, but I have to agree a little bit with the hate. I'm with you. Like I would buy in on the Tatum hate, especially after watching the Starting 5 show, which again I thought was very, very good. He's such a nice guy. He's a phenomenal basketball player. As the kids say nowadays, he has negative aura. Like he's just not swaggy.
I mean, to be honest with you, he did it to himself. Like this summer, copying Kevin Garnett and like just shit in the Olympics. Like it's everything he's doing to himself. It's not like people aren't hating anymore about him as a basketball player. It's just how weird he is.
The NBA final celebrations were bad. The Kobe hugging the trophy,
so
and the Kevin Garnett screaming, really bad. I don't think he has aura. But the Olympics weren't his choice. He didn't get any minutes.
No.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Okay. So those are, and yes, you make a good point. He did do it to himself. Those are the only two games on tonight. I mean, I guess so we might as well just talk about the games tomorrow night and then lean into that as being a segue into the team season thoughts. What do you guys think about that?
I think we should just, yeah. And if like me or Fat Girls, one of those teams is involved in our futures, I think we should just hit off there.
Yeah. All right. That's a good way to do it, I think. So tomorrow night, Indiana, because you know what? The more I think about it, we're not going to have any time to talk NBA tomorrow night. And it's the opening day, so you can assess the matchups right now. Pacers and the Pistons. So this is interesting to me. Steak, did you not mention, or did somebody mention that the Indiana Pacers win total seemed to be a little suspiciously low?
I did mention that. I thought so. I was actually excited to get Fat Girl's opinion on it. They are one of the teams I don't love this year. I'll be honest with you. I do not love the Pacers.
So I'm going to pull it up real quick. Indiana, if I can fucking find it on DraftKings. Indiana's at 46.5 wins. I don't remember what they had last season. I don't know if anybody else does.
They were in the Eastern Conference Finals.
They were in the Eastern Conference Finals, right? They got a little lucky with the injuries to the Knicks, but yeah, they were in the Eastern Conference Finals. That seems a little low. Halliburton, they got Siakam, they got some guys, they got some dudes. I don't know that I want to fade the Indiana Pacers. Fat Girls, what do you think about Indiana? And also on that note, -5 opening night, 233.5. We know everybody loves Pacers overs.
Dude, for them being such a young team, a lot of stuff went their way last year. Like, they definitely overachieved, but I also feel like they got a little lucky, as stupid as it sounds. But for me, the Pacers were one of the team I just don't want to fucking talk about. Like, them and the Clippers, I have no interest. And I also think Siakam is just a loser. So I have no opinion. I would go under.
I'm going to make you talk about the Clippers.
Yeah. Okay. What about the Pistons? Tobias Harris. I see Cameron's money already wants to get on Tobias Harris PRA out of the gate. Yeah. No thanks, bro.
Sick.
Anything cool with the Pacer, Cade? I've never really been a Cade Cunningham guy, but I know that I may have been wrong because he looks to at times he looks to be very good if he can stay healthy. I don't know though, for whatever reason, he doesn't really seem like a team guy to me. So I'm not going in on the Pistons, although I do like some of their dudes. Who's the big guy? That's incredible. Duran, unbelievable, absolute.
Also, Jaden Ivey, really, really good last year.
Ivy can ball from Purdue. His mom's a coach, right?
Sneaky, really good guard room they have.
I'm kind of wondering, should the Pistons not be way, way better this year? Okay, sorry, I'll take one way away from there. Should the Pistons not be way better this year, right?
Well, the Pistons win total 25.5.
I'm telling you right now, bro, I like the over.
You know what brought my attention that Kevin showed me? The Bulls in their division were projected to finish last in front of them. Like, they were -125. And I thought that was a lot of respect for the Pistons. And they got rid of this fucking guy too. Yeah.
Dude, he sucks.
Might be good. Might be good.
He is so bad. When I watched him at the Magic game live, I was just like, this is the worst basketball player I think I've ever seen in my life outside of Chris Duhon. Why is Fat Girl so muffled? I don't know if he just doesn't have a mic. I think it's just a computer mic.
Yeah.
But as long as you guys can power through the sniffles on the audio, then that's fine with me. Fuck Killian Hayes. Fuck the Nets. Haha. They waived him mid-season last year. LMAO. Cade gonna finally get his flowers. Relax, get a mic, Fat Girls. The guy comes on stream like fucking twice a year. Unless ZDZ is just having fun chirping you. All right, 25.5. Added to Steak's card. Sounds like it's his POD of the season. We love that. Detroit lives in our hearts. And on opening night, Indiana -5. I have no reason to get involved.
I like the Pistons.
I do want to talk about the Toronto Raptors because I know you guys like to fuck with me about the Raptors being my POD. They play Cleveland, another interesting team that I think I faded when they got Donovan Mitchell and was a big, big mistake. The Raptors over wins is something people keep telling me in the Discord and in DMs. DJ, are you going to tail it? Are you going to tail it? You're going to tail it? I don't know if you're being serious. I don't know if you're just fucking with me. I don't know if it's going to be, aha, got you when I go in and press over on 29.5 wins at -120. Are the Raptors actually going to be good this year? I like Scotty Barnes. Outside of that, I'm not really an RJ Barrett guy, and that's kind of all I really know. Steak, are you in on the Raptors?
No, not at all. The Raptors should be horrible, I think. I think the Raptors should be horrible. Like, on paper, I think the Pistons are better than the Raptors. I'll stop saying Pistons after this, but I just don't think the Raptors should be good at all.
You love the Pistons. Fat
Why
girls.
why are people anti-Paulo? Are they fucking with us?
Wait.
Seen 3
They're
negative
fucking with
Paulo
you.
Banchero comments in the comments already.
They have to be fucking with us.
They better be.
Yeah, they
I
have
saw Cutback Mac was mad because somebody ranked him as the 17th best player in the NBA, and above him 3 spots was Bam.
Wait, he was mad saying that he should have been
Too high
higher.
for Paulo.
Interesting. Raptors is my win over bet. Yeah, I don't know if Cam's money is just trolling me nonstop.
He's not trolling. I actually like the Raptors too. I bet the Raptors.
I've seen a lot about Quickly.
Yeah, I've seen a lot about Quickly too. I don't understand. You know what I'm thinking? Listen, Emmanuel Quickly was a nice player when he came on for the Knicks. But you know what it's reminding me of? It's kind of reminding me of I'm not gonna say Pool Party, but like Pool on the Wizards last year. People were loving that. People are kind of like Quickly on the Raptors. I'm like, I don't know. I don't know if he does enough for me. All right. So what else is there to like about the Raptors other than Emmanuel Quickly?
I think people like
Quickly. In Quickly's defense about the whole Jordan Poole thing, you saw with the second half of the season post All-Star break, he was averaging like 22s, 8, and like 5 for them. So this is much different than the Jordan Poole thing. But in the Raptors' defense, this team cannot afford to tank or play for the Cooper Flaps sweepstakes. Like they are giving out a fuck ton of money the next 2 years between like him, RJ, and Poto. I'm like, to be honest with you, I really do like their team. Like Poto, I'm not the biggest guy on, but a roster between Quickly and Dick, who's going to be a lot better this year. Grady Dick has been balling in the preseason, and Jacoby Walter and Bruce Brown. I don't think they're 25 wins bad. Like I think they're going to win 33 games.
God, you lost me at RJ Barrett. I actually hate
dude, I'm out.
Team's trash.
You guys might be out, and it's like their team is not as bad as it may seem. Like I don't know why people are comparing them to like the Nets or the Wizards or the fucking Jazz. Like they're not that bad.
I noticed how you didn't say the Pistons.
I can't anymore, apparently.
So
Jazz are tough.
RJ Barrett is like Tobias Harris for me, but you know what? Maybe these guys will flourish outside of big markets. Like RJ Barrett, I wanted to like him. I wanted to like his game. But he's kind of a mental midget, in my opinion. He's got no dog. But maybe he's got a lot of talent. Maybe it'll shine this year. But if I got to rely on RJ Barrett to get me over 29.5 wins, I'm out. Okay, let's keep moving. No thoughts on the Cavs? Anybody in or out on the Cavs this year? Yeah.
There's like no excuse.
Yes, thoughts on the Cavs.
There's no excuse for them to not win 50 games, dude. But I'm just so Cavs out. I've Cavs fatigue. I can't do it anymore.
So let's see. What are the Cavs? The Cavs are 48.5. That is one game higher than the Orlando Magic's total. Do you think the Cavs could be a sneaky or maybe not so sneaky long shot-ish, mid shot-ish winner of the Eastern Conference, or no sense in doing that?
They have the team to do whatever the fuck they want.
Really?
They just fold every single year. And like I think it's going to be a lot bigger the year than Garland. I know he disappointed people last year, but like, dude, this guy was hurt half of the year and he was playing with a broken jaw. Like, there's only so much you can do. Like, I'm still a big Garland guy, but I know you're a Bill Simmons guy. I'm pretty sure that he sprinkled them to finish first in the East. And they are like that. They have that team. It's just, I don't know. I'm Cavs out.
If Bill Simmons took the Cavs to win the East, that means they are going to be the 8th seed.
Yeah, I have no rebuttal for you.
He knows ball. He knows basketball.
They're a smart guy, but the reason I enjoy watching them too is they give you like the square aspect of everything.
Oh yeah,
because they are square guys, but they're smart.
They're very smart. But I love when they make their bets. It's usually, like I said, last year his favorite bet was the Atlanta Hawks over win total. And I don't think they did very well. So, all right, let's talk. Speaking of the Hawks, that was we had MJ on last night with Royal, and he said the Hawks over win total is his favorite bet. I'm kind of into it. They're 8-point favorites against the Nets. I don't really know much about the Nets this year, although I do enjoy. I hate the Barclays, but I like going to the Nets games because they're so much cheaper when you want to see the Magic play than seeing them in Madison Square Garden. I don't mind when the Nets are scrappy. I hope they're scrappy, but the Atlanta Hawks, their win total, I think MJ said, was 36.5. And I'm kind of in on it because I like when a team gets rid of a superstar that didn't work. Kind of like the Padres last year with Juan Soto was how I compared it. Steak, are you also up to switch up the blunt rotation after this? But Steak, any thoughts on the Hawks this year?
Yeah, I agree with Ramble about the Hawks, but it's for me, I think it's like I'm terrified of getting flamed for my NBA takes because they're going to be ridiculous and bold. I think Trae Young could play damn near MVP level basketball this year.
Wow.
And that's why I like the Hawks. I've seen Jalen Johnson most improved player tickets. I totally understand. But for me, I like Trae Young a lot. And so I'm looking for a way to back him. It was a pipe dream, but the amount of money I would have paid for the Magic to get Trae Young, I was just hoping that some dream could come true or that would happen. I think he's another guy who gets too much hate for how solid he is. And I think he has a monster year.
I'm looking at the odds board now for NBA. Oh, that's the fucking hold on. NBA. What is the NBA Cup MVP?
That's like the little in-season tournament thing.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so stupid. Trae Young is 200-1 to win the MVP. Tell me that's not worth pizza money.
It's worth pizza money.
Okay, I like it.
I don't think it's going to happen, but I think it could be fun. I think odds could drastically drop.
That's why I like to gamble. I like to gamble for fun. Fat Girls?
I'll keep it short and sweet. I'm not going to bet the under on a team that was one of the worst ATS teams of all time, but it scared me how I can't find a single person to say something bad about the Hawks. Like, apparently everybody's a Hawks fan at this point. I respect it, and I understand why, but I'll even refer the Bill Simmons podcast too. They're all on the over, and it's just like at this point, nobody is on the under for the Hawks, and I understand why, but you guys are going to learn Quinn Snyder, dude. I'm going to be betting on them a lot time to time this year. Like, I'm betting on them opening night because I don't think anybody's taking the Hawks with a big line with how ass they were, but there's no negative comment about them at all. None.
I mean, it's a fair point. That always concerns me with teams when I don't hear anybody say anything bad about them. So
I'm just going to say, bro, there's some people on Twitter that are influential. And like I didn't see any Hawks love either until some MJ posted it, and then I saw more. But like, did you see a lot of Hawks love before that?
No, that's fair. What did you say, Fat Girl? Sorry,
I get what you're saying.
Yeah,
no, he was trying to say like I get what you're saying, but I don't know, man. If that's what it is, then let it be. I'll let it be.
I just didn't see a lot of love, is all I'm saying.
Yeah, fair. And we understand how that works now because we're a syndicate, and so. That's just the modern era.
I'll also point out too, since we're on the Hawks and me and MJ and Royal were talking about this, this is probably the least the number 1 overall pick has been talked about in a long time.
Yep,
in a long time.
Oh yeah, you guys really like that dude, huh? I don't even know how to say his name.
Richiche.
Where'd he come from?
France.
France has a pretty good reputation of pumping out basketball players. So, all right, I'm in. I'm good with the Hawks. Here's a good one. I have a feeling that Steak's going to tell me something here. He's gonna be doing something with one of these teams, or maybe both of these teams. Opening night, Philly -2.5 against the Bucks. Total 225. Fat Girls. Any thoughts on? I mean, I'm kind of getting Joel Embiid fatigue. Hit him live in season to win the MVP. Steak, you did as well. Plus 350 when Joker ended up winning the championship. I think when he wants to be, he's the best player in the NBA, but I'm just starting to get a little bit over him and the Sixers in general. However, the Sixers without Tobias Harris now, and who else did they get? They got somebody else. I don't know. Is this team? Paul George. That's right. No, I'm not a Paul George guy. So, but apparently the ball knowers tell me this is the kind of player that the Sixers need. So maybe it'll work out. I don't necessarily think so. So I'm not going to be betting on them. And then the Bucks are kind of a team that I feel like nobody's really talking about, and they still have arguably one of the best, if not the best player in the NBA. Any thoughts on the Sixers or the Bucks, Fat Girls, for season future bets?
It's probably the best bench the Sixers have had in a long time, and honestly the best roster that Embiid has had in a long time. But I think the vision of this team is they don't give a fuck about the regular season. They just want to make it to a 7 seed, and then it's going to be going from there. I wouldn't be surprised if they went under their win total and then come around the playoffs, they're making a run. But I worry about no Embiid on no back-to-backs. It's an obvious narrative. And I don't know if Paul George and Embiid are going to play 60 games this year, but it's a really big max year for me.
What about the Bucks?
The Bucks are a team that scare the shit out of me because they have a ton of miles on them. Like, you think of all the guys on their team, like Brook Lopez is 36. The guy's a fossil. Chris Middleton's already hurt to start the year. Giannis is getting older. My point being is this team is really old, and we also talk about don't bet on fuckface city of morons. Doc Rivers is still there. Like, I don't know what you want me to tell you about this team. A lot of people don't like them. I still have faith in Dame and Giannis, but they're just going to be somebody I'll be backing and fading throughout the year. Like, I really have no opinion on them either way.
Yeah.
Steak.
I got
Doc Rivers.
Sure.
I got to add real quick before you start. Doc Rivers and Darvin Ham. Like, you're not getting money from me season long. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I understand everything you're saying. I definitely acknowledge that they're old. This is why this is the last time I'll ever do this. But I am going to back the Bucks. I'm going to bet them to win the East, and I'm going to take their over win total. I need Middleton to be healthy, at least for the majority of the year, and I know that's a big ask. But if he is, I don't see any reason whatsoever the Bucks can't be as good as the Celtics or the Sixers or the Knicks. And I think these guys got one more year left. And like I said, I'm doing a lot of things I shouldn't do because betting on Doc Rivers is insane. But hopefully this will just get me to the playoffs, and then I can worry about that when I get there, when they have to play somebody like the Celtics or the Sixers. And as far as the Sixers, there's just one guy. No, there's a couple guys I'm never going to back. I can't ever back Russell Westbrook, and I can't ever back Paul George. I'm fully out on Paul George having the kind of impact that Sixers fans seem to believe he's going to have. I love Tyrese Maxey, and I find a lot of good times to back Joel Embiid. I'm not a hater at all. I actually would say I lean more towards being a Joel Embiid slurper. But I am so out on Paul George, man. I really am. And he's going to fucking miss a bunch of games. And I just think it could be a rocky year for the Sixers.
Bucks improve the role players. Year 2 of Damon Giannis, Trent, Beasley, Wright, Beverly, Prince, Connaughton for catch and shoot 3. Oh, wow.
Yeah, Gary Trent's a good addition. Taurean Prince is a good addition. And DeLon Wright is a good addition. Like, those are good additions.
Gary Trent's probably starting for them, to be honest. I did like that pickup.
Paul George loves strip clubs. I mean, what athlete doesn't? I think if you're going to say anyone loves strip clubs, it's probably not Paul George. We would say MJ, please stop, bro. We would say James Harden. Was Paul George ever a third option on a team he doesn't have?
This is my thing with Paul George, though. Paul George will be considered the third option, and then he'll be in a press conference bitching because he didn't get the last shot. That's going to happen at some point this season. He's not a third option. He doesn't consider himself a third option. That's the fucking problem.
PG's baby mama as a stripper? Wow.
Out
as a PG better, but always a PG fan. Yeah, I like PG when he was on the Pacers doing his own thing, but now I'm not really into him anymore. I'm kind of
ages ago. The last time Paul George was cool was ages ago.
Yeah, wasn't even on the Thunder. So I might be good to fade the Sixers, and I'm gonna tail. What are you gonna do with the Bucks, Steak?
To win the East and over wins.
Okay, I think I'll tail that. And Fat Girls, any official bets from you? Sorry, on the Sixers or the Bucks? No, okay,
no.
All right, let's talk about the team of the season. The Orlando Magic. Yes, as we know, D-Gen bets on his favorite teams, Rays team total, every player to get a hit, Paulo over points. Yeah, well, 5 units over Magic win total last season. Thank you very much. Sometimes we know ball. And let me tell you, the only reason I made that bet, Steak, thankfully, takes me to the games when I'm in Orlando. And when we walk through to go to the restaurant there, before you go and take your seats, you can see where the players come in and out of the locker room. I saw the Magic coming out of the locker room, and they looked like they were having so much fun. I haven't seen a Magic team look like they're having that much fun play basketball since the championship run. I truly haven't. They're young. They're fun. They needed a vet. They got Joe Ingles last year, which I liked. He didn't contribute so much on the court, but he was great in the bench. He's gone, but now they got KCP. I like the signing. It's not great in terms of what people wanted. Steak was saying he wanted Trae Young. I know a lot of people wanted him to sign a guard. I get it. But we just paid Jalen Suggs, by the way. Not sure how you feel about that. Steak's never been a Markelle Fultz guy. He's gone. Am I going to run it back with the Magic this year? Probably not. But I am not here to tell you that there's going to be any sort of regression for the Magic. I think they're going to be great. I think they're going to be a tough out. I like their coach, Jamal Mosley. I think they're going to play hard every single night. I think Paulo has it in him to where he wants to be one of the best players in the NBA. He wants to be respected. He wants to go down as such. And Franz Wagner, on the other hand, every single time he gets the ball, I feel like he can score and he wants to score. Love to see it. Love the guys. Glue guy with Jalen Suggs. How could you fade this team? Jonathan Isaac is the way I would bet on the Magic this year. Jonathan Isaac, if he can stay healthy, added some weight, he is going to be my sixth man player, which I'll pull up the market right now on Bet Online and see what he's offered. I hope that he's probably not going to be starting because otherwise I don't know that he's qualified for this award. Steak, what are your thoughts on the Orlando Magic?
They definitely paid him starter money. So I'd be careful.
You know what? He's not even on the board. So I guess he might be starting over Wendell Carter. So he would not be available for a 6 Man of the Year award.
Yeah.
All right. So scratch that. Yeah. What are your thoughts on the Magic?
I've been waiting fucking weeks to hear Fat Girls talk about the Magic.
I like with him.
I like the KCP signing. I try to be realistic with the Magic. I was really excited going into last year, and I considered it a huge victory, even though we were up like 20 in that game 7. So it's a pretty fucking brutal meltdown. If anyone remembers that, we probably should have won that game, which would have been amazing. I think the ceiling for the Magic this year, and I'm just being honest, is winning a playoff series. And I think that's probably the next ceiling for this team. KCP is a great signing. I worry about not having a knockdown shooter still. I love the guys, and I think KCP is a great fit, just like you talked about Joe Ingles, because we saw it. Joe Ingles was dad. Like, these are fucking kids. I think like Paulo Franz and Jalen Suggs, Cole Anthony, they're all under 24 or 5 years old. It's literally just a team full of kids. But I do think it was a major leap last year. I don't blame anyone who's going to say what I assume Fat Girls is about to say, is that you don't know if you can go back to the Magic at about the same exact number as they won last year. So for me, I want to get a playoff. I want to win a playoff series. I want to win 50 games. Those would be my goals, but I'm not going to sit here and tell you I think the Magic can compete with Milwaukee, Philadelphia, New York, or Boston, because I don't know that they're there yet.
Yeah, more than fair. Jett Howard could be one of those guys this year. Yeah, I don't know, man. A little disappointed to see him his start to his professional career, because we need him to be a shooter, because we need shooters very badly, and he was not that guy.
He's been hitting them.
Yeah, I think they did a good job. They sent him down a lot last year. He got some reps in, and hopefully he can be that guy, because if so, that would be a huge help to the Magic. All right, Fat Girls, you're low on the Magic this year. Tell us why.
We're low on the Magic, but I'll tell you why I didn't end up fading them. I couldn't do it. The reason I couldn't end up fading them is I think they're going to trade for Dennis Schroeder for the trade deadline. Like, seriously. I really think they're going to trade for a point guard, dude. I really do.
And Dennis Schroeder is scaring you?
Anyone is going to fix it. Yes, dude. Anybody that's a point guard will fix it. I'm so serious, dude.
You're the only guy that's ever said I can't make that bet because Dennis Schroeder might be coming to town.
I'm being serious. Any point guard, I even told DJ, I'm like, Russ scares me of being a point guard on the Magic. I think this team just needs a point guard. And your offensive metrics agree with me. You guys are one of the best defensive teams in the NBA.
I didn't say you're wrong about the point guard.
No, you're not wrong.
Yeah, you're bottom 20 in everything else. You're bottom 20 in everything else. Offensive efficiency, any offensive metric, you guys stink. It's a point guard.
If they kept Markelle Fultz, would that have kept you off?
No, because that guy's just a bucket of shit, dude. Like, he clearly sucks.
So not anybody can fix it. But you think someone like Dennis Schroeder can fix it? You
guys are a little, how do I say this in a nice way? Older than the average basketball fan, right? When I go and tell somebody else about Dennis Schroeder, like, Dennis Schroeder is not as bad as you may think. He's not.
Okay.
How old's Dennis Schroeder? Because I feel like he's fucking closer to mine and DJ's age than your age.
That's a great question.
I'll pull it up right now. By the way, I have a funny Dennis Schroeder story.
It's crazy to call us old and then talk about Dennis Schroeder. That's all.
He's 31 years old, bro.
It was an example. I'm not saying, oh my God, I think Dennis is going to land in Orlando. That's why I can't fade them. That's not the point.
You said that.
I thought that's what you said.
Okay. It was an example. That's not the whole reason. Like, let's be realistic.
Fine.
I think the reason you guys are locking up Franz and Suggs early is because you're going to trade for a point guard, whether it's a big or a small one. And that's the reason I can't fade them. But opening night, I'm fading them. Like the Heat, I'm taking the Heat opening night because I'm going to stand on business about what I said about them being in a prison cell to have courts, then they have court said. But I really think the reason they're locking all these guys up early is they're going to be active in the trade market, and that kind of scares me.
Okay. I think I think it's a very fair take. Just hearing Dennis Schroeder made me laugh and steak laugh.
Yeah, that was probably stupid of me, but you get
I
what
think
I'm saying. No one's
your
afraid of
take is
Dennis
correct.
Schroeder, dude.
One time I was in Miami for a friend's wedding, and the day before we like rented a boat. I don't know if it was a yacht technically, but it was a big boat, and you go around Miami. A very fun thing to do, by the way. And one of their friends was a German guy. They're like diehard Heat fans too. They came out, they drank with us all day, they got fucked up, they did a lot of drugs, and then they went to the Heat game later that day. And all I could think of was like, man, there's no way I could do that. Like, I can't wait to take a nap. And he was German, and we were talking about basketball, and he was like, name an NBA player from Germany not named Dirk Nowitzki. And I hit him with fucking Dennis Schroeder, and he was like, my guy. And so Dennis Schroeder will always be a part of my life now because of that story, because I felt like that was a real test from a big, scary German guy wearing a much bigger gold chain than me on a boat in Miami. And Dennis Schroeder kind of saved me, and I was in. Fat Girls, are you going to say anything else about the Magic or no?
No, I just wanted to see if you guys agree with me on them making a trade. I feel like the reason they're really locking up these guys early is because they're going to do something in the trade market.
I don't disagree with you.
Because a lot of people were mad about the Suggs thing, and a little pushback on the Suggs. The new $30 million contract is the old $20 million contract, if that makes sense. Like, people have been getting fuck you money. Like, Suggs is worth $20 million, but like $30 million 5 years ago, probably not.
Yeah,
but that's just the way it is now.
Definitely not.
The amount of money that NBA players makes is actually infuriating. But at the end of the day, I mean, it's what the league generates. I'd rather the athletes have it than the fucking, rich, cringy ass owners. So what are you going to do? Would Magic fans want Anthony Simmons?
Well, he's from here.
Simons.
He's from Orlando.
Expensive as fuck, but yeah, that'd be sick.
Okay. All right. Fair enough. Okay. So you're going to be on the Heat opening night. I don't hate to play. The Heat always play us really well. I can't tell you the last time the Magic won in Miami. But Tobias Harris makes more money than the best QBs to ever live. Yeah. No, I don't want to think about that. Okay. Bulls and Pelicans. I don't really know what to think about either team. I faded the Bulls last year. Chewy always reminds me it was a shit wager because they went over. No DeMar DeRozan. Lonzo Ball is back. I think they could be maybe a little bit of a fun team. I don't know. And then on the other side, the Pelicans too. I mean, if Zion's healthy, like, aren't they kind of a team that maybe could make some noise? They still have CJ McCollum, I think, and Brandon Ingram, and Valanciunas. Like, are the Pelicans?
No Valanciunas.
Oh, Valanciunas is gone. Okay. I kind of think the Pelicans are a fun team, but also like Zion Williamson can never fucking manage to play like 30, 40 consecutive games. So I'm kind of out on both these teams. 7.5 favorites opening night. Fat Girls, do you have any thoughts on the Bulls or the Pelicans this year?
Yeah, I faded the Pelicans season long. I think they're the same exact team as last year.
Well, Beeman in his agreements with you.
You don't care. You don't think DeJounte Murray is a good ad for them?
DeJounte Murray's on the Pelicans now?
I don't give a fuck. I think it's the same thing that they had last year. It's the same problems. And also, where we talk about bozo coaches, Willie Green needs to be shot. That guy sucks. So
I don't think you can't say stuff like that, by the way. I think that.
Oh, sorry. Twitch, don't demonetize us. You know what we meant.
Yes.
In GTA.
Yes, right. Thank you. Okay. Okay, so you're gonna fade the Pelicans on their under wins, and let's see. What do you know what it is?
47.5.
I don't know if I like that.
I don't know. That just sounds high. That doesn't sound high to you?
This is one of the most trendy teams of the offseason. People love this team.
Damn.
I don't know if you would put it any lower. When you compare it to other teams, I don't think it's high. I think it's where it should be.
Brutal, dude. You think people really like the Pelicans? That's interesting.
Dude, when they made that trade first off, that's the only thing that people were talking about was DeJounte Murray and a new atmosphere in the Pelicans. But
I think Fat Gross has a point. I guess if I had to say, I think people like the Pelicans on a game-to-game basis. Like, if they see the Pelicans, if you see the Pelicans like getting points, I feel like I always hear people taking the Pelicans if they're an underdog because they have players and they have playmakers. For a season, though, I mean, I'm not tapped in, so I don't know. I just think it's like, oh, Zion's never healthy.
Stig, let me put it into perspective for you, right? The problem with this team last year was
I agree.
In the fourth quarter, they had no idea who to close with, right? It was Zion, Brandon Ingram, and CJ McCollum. And out of nowhere, this front office is like, okay, let's go trade for DeJounte. Now you have DeJounte, CJ, Zion, and Brandon Ingram. I just think their problem is even worse. They don't know who's going to close in the fourth, and I don't think they address anything. Do you know what their starting center rotation is?
Well, I know it's not Valanciunas because he's on the Wizards.
Jeremiah Robinson Earl and Yves Messi, the dude from Oregon, I think.
Yeah.
And their problem in the playoffs was last year was like they didn't know what to do at center. So are you going to make Zion play small ball when he can't stay healthy?
This is fair.
And that too. Like they went over their win total last year. And with more hype now, it's a lower line.
Oh, they got Daniel Theus.
Whoa. Dennis Schroeder.
I do like Herb Jones.
Okay, I'm not going to give too much pushback, but I do want to be clear. I was never interested in backing the Pelicans at any point this year. I just wasn't, and still don't think I'm interested in fading them. But obviously, I agree with what everyone's saying. I don't want to gamble on Zion Williamson's health.
Yeah,
that sounds, out of all the things in this world you could gamble on, Zion Williamson's health is bottom 5.
Yep, and this is coming from a guy.
He's not playing center. He's not playing center. That's just how ESPN has it listed. He's like 6'6", dude.
Yeah, I know.
This is coming from a guy who also decided he wanted to bet on the White Sox every game for like 6 games in a row. I know he made money, but my point is if Steak doesn't want to bet on Zion Williamson's health, that's very telling. I don't either. Truthfully, I don't either. All right, Hornets and Rockets. The Hornets for me are just a total stay away. I don't know anything. I don't like anything about the Hornets. I know LaMelo Ball is a better player than I gave him credit for. For whatever reason, I'm just gonna be honest. It's probably a boomer take. Like, I don't think I'm a LaMelo Ball guy. I mean, I don't know. Like, is he a cool guy? Like, do people like him? Is he a good guy off the court? Anything like that?
This is not a good, bro. This is a team with Brandon Miller who helped a teammate kill a girl. Fucking Miles Bridges who beat the dog shit out of his wife. Like LaMelo Ball seems like a saint compared to those two guys, but this is not a likable basketball team. If you're looking for someone to watch a documentary on, it's not this fucking team.
This is like the 2000 or mid 2000s Florida Gators.
It's like a not good dudes. LaMelo Ball might be the nicest guy on the team.
So if I am, Fat Girls, do you have anything to say about the Hornets? If not, I am curious to talk about the Rockets because that's Royals' favorite over.
No, this team is like a walking. I don't even know, dude.
Bad.
They're bad. Yeah.
Do we know who their coach is? Charlotte Hornets head coach? No. Okay, fair enough. Not worth talking about. Oh wait, I am in the Eastern Conference right now, though. Let's just pull it up. They are at 30.5. Which is somehow 2 games higher than the Chicago Bulls. So that's how ass the Chicago Bulls are expected to be. I love this.
A prison guard coach that team.
I don't think I've seen one bad thing said about the Rockets. Yeah, that's also true.
Well, you're not gonna hear it here.
Beeman says +7 tomorrow. Okay, longest yard basketball version. Very funny. Jalen Green, most improved player. Okay, Mark Williams is a dog. All right, talk to me about the Rockets. I kind of agree with what Special K said. We're not going to. I don't think you're going to hear bad things about the Rockets because the Rockets were a very fun team last year. They treated people well. They were covering spreads at an insane clip. Royal likes them over wins. I have no reason to go against it. I like the pieces the Rockets have on their team. And sometimes this kind of stuff just works out. So I'm not going to be fading the Rockets by any means. Steak, do you have anything, any thoughts on the Houston Rockets? I'll pull up their win total so we can reference it.
Reed Shepherd, Rookie of the Year.
43.5, by the way. Reed Shepherd. Okay, so why you've been saying that?
I really like him. I really like the fit too. And I also want to say I like Jalen Green, most improved player, before he got paid. I know this is probably not the biggest contract he's going to get because it's like 3 years, $110 million, which is crazy when you say that's not the biggest contract somebody's going to get. But he'll probably get a max deal after that if his career goes the way a lot of people think it's going to go. He's really fucking good. And I did want to back him to win most improved player. But he got paid, and I really, really, really don't like betting on guys after they got paid.
I'm with you.
I'll go with Reed Shepherd, Rookie of the Year.
Okay, and just real quick, I had to stay off Houston because they're getting slurped to shit, man. Fair enough. Jabari Smith Jr., my thoughts on Jabari Smith Jr. are when the Magic had the number 1 pick, and it was Jabari, Paolo, and Chet. I wasn't out here saying I wanted Paolo, but I did not want Jabari Smith Jr. So I'm very happy that he didn't end up in the Orlando Magic. Fat Girls, do you side with Royal on the over wins for the Houston Rockets?
Yeah, I do. I took the over too. I'm hoping this is like the Thunder and the Pacers of last year because this is a team you're not going to hear anything bad about. But it's like for the right reasons, right? Like they have the right issue to have. They have so many guards on that team. This team keeps getting people, and like their depth chart is just absolutely absurd. Pushback on the Reed Shepard, I don't like it. I think there's way too many guards to feed on that team. I do like the Rockets and I do like Reed Shepard, but I think it's going to be hard for him to get shot volume over a guy like Jalen Green or just that bench, Cam Whitmore, Thompson. I think it's going to be tough, but I do like the Rockets a lot. Their depth chart is disgusting. It's a really good team. And Ime Udoka.
Oh, I do like him as a coach. He had to leave the Celtics because he was having an affair with someone.
There was some stuff going on with the coach. Yeah, I think it was the affair thing.
Got it. Okay. Reed Shepard is third on the odds board. By the way, my voice is going to get lower because my wife's about to make a corp call. Reed Shepard is going to be third on the odds board, plus 750, right behind Rishacher and ahead of Alexandre Sarr. In case anybody was wondering, and Zach Edey is the odds-on favorite, plus 275. Okay, that's all fair to me. I have no interest in fading the Houston Rockets. You're right. There are just those teams like the Thunder that do very well, even though they're a little bit trendy. Ooh, Stephon Castle. I do like me some Stephon Castle. Bro lost his job for getting pussy. Might gotta go all in on Houston. Yep. Steak, you like Dillingham, right?
Yeah, I want to talk about Mike because he was the first guy I mentioned to you. I love him, but I don't know that he's going to get enough opportunities maybe to win Rookie of the Year. But I do love Rob Dillingham.
Isn't when we were talking about Rookie of the Year, didn't I say Rob Dillingham and you told me no?
I think when we first talked about the NBA draft, I said Rob Dillingham.
Okay. So, oh yeah, you said Rob Dillingham. He's on the Timberwolves because he's a dog, right?
And he got drafted by the Spurs and traded to the Timberwolves. And I had told you, why the fuck wouldn't the Spurs want to keep this guy?
Right. I remember that now, but it's a good fit because he's a dog and the Timberwolves have some dogs. Okay, let's keep moving. Steak, this is one of maybe your favorite team that you're thinking of, or maybe just one that I've heard you mentioned earlier than doing this. But the Memphis Grizzlies and the Utah Jazz. Memphis opens up as a 3-point favorite against Utah. I don't have any thoughts on any of these games really opening night. If you do, feel free. But more so, the Grizzlies are a team that I think you want to invest in this year. Am I right?
Yeah. If anybody remembers me last year, I invested in the Grizzlies. Obviously, it went horribly wrong, but I don't feel horrible for going back to it. I am going to go back to it. I think
as much OG or primer. Sorry. Bet the house on me. Yes, I got you guys. Funny, so all right. Sorry. Go ahead, Steak.
If it's prime, we have to bet the Lakers. That's all I'm going to say. But yeah, I want to back the Grizzlies this year. I think everything that could go wrong did go wrong. And another guy that I think is just going to get hate all year because he isn't fun to watch. Zach Edey's probably going to be a walking 2010 in the NBA. And I know how unfun that probably sounds to hear, but he's going to probably win Rookie of the Year. I'm not betting on it. 275, no fun. But he's probably winning Rookie of the Year. He's probably going to average like 18 and 10 his first year. And everyone's going to hate watching it. But you add that to a Grizzlies team with, I think, enough other weapons. I don't see why they couldn't go over their win total. I'm hoping we get Ja Morant back because the NBA is more fun when Ja Morant's balling. I'll be honest with you.
Ja Morant is 28-1 to win the regular season MVP, just ahead of Steph Curry. And the Memphis Grizzlies win total is 47.5. So you're officially going to go back to it?
Yeah.
Okay. Fat Girls, thoughts on the Memphis Grizzlies?
Also was a Grizzlies investor last year. Not going back to it. I'm just hurting from this team's injuries too much. But I like them a lot. Like, this team with Ja on the floor is one of the best teams in the league. And he showed that last year. I have nothing bad to say about the Grizzlies. I have the Edey Chalk Rookie of the Year in my pocket, plus 500. That's all I got.
Okay, fair enough. Are we going to be?
Can I ask a question? What did Ja Morant do?
As in, like last year when he was playing?
No, did he have a gun on Instagram Live or something?
Wait, like why he wasn't playing? Is your
question? Yeah, why? What is Ja Morant's legal troubles? Is it just a gun on Instagram Live?
No.
He did more
Didn't
than
he like
that.
threaten like a teenager
Well,
with a
like
gun or
that,
something?
and I think he was doing some stupid shit in the club, and then he also threatened a teenager. He's just been doing a lot of different like OD shit, bro. It's a
Here
lot
you
of
go.
bad.
He multiple instances of brandishing guns. The first
Yeah,
was
it's
on Instagram Live. He was suspended for 8 games. He
but
went to
yeah,
a
and he beat up
counseling.
a 17-year-old's ass.
He was seen brandishing a gun at a strip club outside of Denver. He's just being stupid. He's just being
But
stupid.
did he actually beat up a 17-year-old? I'm just asking. I just want to know what I'm really
I'm
dealing
pretty
with here.
sure he did. I remember
beat up
this.
a
I think he did last year.
Which is weird because it's one of those things. Like John Morant, didn't he come from like a prep school background? Like he's not hard.
No idea.
Oh, okay, all right. I just thought it was one of those Drake things, you know, where he's like started
This
from the
John
bottom.
Morant
Over there.
comeback is going to hit like crack, dude.
Really?
Yeah. I'm all in on John Morant, dude.
He's
Are you
so
gonna-
right. Though.
Are you gonna buy a
all
gun?
So right.
Yeah. If John,
All
let's do a giveaway. If John Morant scores 40 plus points tonight, we'll buy somebody a gun. Okay. Anyways,
Real quick though, before you move on, I took Jazz 16-1 worst team in the league just because they played the Jazz that night.
God.
The Grizzlies played the Jazz.
Yeah.
no, I
Opening
know.
night.
I don't know that I like that though. Isn't Lauri Markkanen on the Jazz?
Yeah, who else?
Really good question. You got to assume he's the number one trade candidate in the NBA right now, right?
Lauri
Lauri?
Markkanen is?
Yeah.
No, they just signed him. I think that's the only guy they're going to try to keep.
Oh God, did they sign him? I missed that.
They gave him a max.
Oh my!
They gave him a max.
God. Not that I don't think he's worth the money. I just don't know the plan.
Hold on.
Oh
I gotta
my
look at this depth
God.
chart. Wait. And
He's so
Fat
good,
Girl,
though.
for what it's worth, I don't hate it. I only like Lauri Markkanen. Oh wow. You have Keontae George. Oh, Colin Sexton. I remember I wanted the Magic to
Do they
draft
still have
him
John
so
Collins
bad. They do have John Collins. I like him, but that's
and
it.
Walker Kessler?
Taylor Hendrick, Bryce Sensabaugh. I remember him. Walker Kessler, Cody Williams, Jordan Clarkson, Patty Mills. Yeah, that's not a good team.
Fat Girls probably thinks Patty Mills is a trade candidate for the Magic to change the season around.
Not a point guard. That guy's a glorified corner sitter. But
It says point guard in the depth
Oh
chart.
my God, can they trade for Colin Sexton? I'd love that.
I'd
I
love that.
wanted to draft
I
him
would
over
love that.
fucking Mo Bamba.
But like in all reality, Jordan Clarkson's getting traded. Colin Sexton's probably getting traded. This team's in the Cooper flag sweepstakes. They suck.
You
Okay,
seeing this? Joel Embiid and Paul George are out for the season opener.
dude.
You can't back this team, dude. You just can't do it. It's going to be unfun all year.
The NBA.
Does anyone want to though?
The
No,
NBA is off to
they're
a-
going to win. They're going to win the first game. I'll tell you that right now. They're winning. Everyone load up on the Sixers money line right now.
Literally.
Oh, yeah, actually, that's a really good point. Okay, who's gonna feast? Don't say Tyrese Maxey.
Yeah, why not? Why can't I say that?
It's literally Maxi. That's how
No.
this year is going to go. That's how it's. You can just
Oh, here we go.
experience it opening
Blue
night.
Brain Masterclass.
Oh God.
Yeah, sure.
Oh
And
wait,
so-
hold on, Steak. Didn't you tell me you wanted to invest in Jared McCain?
what? Yeah, I don't know if I was
Yeah,
right.
but like, are there going to be props even listed for him opening day?
Well, is he worth a long shot at rookie of the year or anything like that, or no?
Not for
No.
me.
No. Okay.
Probably not.
It's just he's not going to have any opportunity to win Rookie of the Year on the Sixers.
Yeah. Embiid played a game of 2K last night, so he can't play opening day now. Yeah, this is
Cavs comment cannot get swept because that's going to be like sneaky all year long.
Why does he keep saying
Not that-
Drummond Masterclass? What could a
Because
Drummond
Drummond is
Masterclass
the
look like?
backup. Drummond is the backup for Embiid. And if you know about Drummond last year, when he was given minutes for the Bulls, he was really fucking good.
Oh, okay. Who?
I
Oh.
agree. I honestly think
And
he's
Caleb Martin,
honestly-
and that's speaking to me.
Caleb Martin did sign with them, yeah,
That's speaking to me for. Wait, they don't play tonight. Tomorrow night.
tomorrow night.
Caleb Martin tomorrow night. No, somebody not named Maxi Points. Okay, Drummond 14 and
It's
20.
going to be
tomorrow.
Maxi points.
Okay, let's keep moving. We got a lot of people in here. Everybody loves the NBA. That's great. I guess I have no choice but to hop on board the NBA train all season. Okay, Golden State and Portland. Does this line look short?
Yeah, but there's like 3 short lines you could spot out opening night. Kind of weird.
Okay, fair enough. I'm not going to go out here and get contrarian night one of the NBA, but I just thought it looked a little short. I don't know what's going on with the Warriors. I know Clay is gone, but I don't really know who else they have surrounding Steph. I know Kuminga is probably still there. So I'll let you guys touch on that a little bit more. Portland maybe could be a team that could bounce back this year. I know Scoot Henderson was terrible. Do we like him to have a good season? I don't know who they drafted. You guys can hopefully tell me where are we at with the Warriors and the
Klingon, dude. Didn't they get the kid from UConn?
Who got him?
The Blazers, right?
Dude, I love that guy. You know why I like that guy? Not only is he talented for a big man, he's competitive. That dude takes shit personally. Like he wants to fucking win. Fat Girls, Blazers, Warriors. What are you thinking on each team?
The Warriors I like. I just didn't want to tie up capital for even money for 7 months because I already have a ton of those. But I do think the Warriors make the playoffs. The most dangerous team of all of sports is like a team that has nothing to lose. And like this team, probably the most emotional storyline over the past couple of months. Like Clay is gone, and you got Draymond crying on his podcast of how he was their best friend, and they were over at his house, and then people are shitting on Steph like he's in the father days, now he's washed. And then you see Steph put out the greatest 2 minutes in the Olympics in the fourth quarter. Like, I just think that this team has nothing to lose with a lot of emotion. Like, they lost their assistant coach in the middle of the year last year. The guy just died. And now Clay is gone. This team, seriously, like, they might come out of nowhere. They literally have nothing to lose with so much emotion. Like, I think they're the most emotional team of the offseason with Clay gone. I
think I tailed Steak last year on the Warriors and Steph MVP. I think you liked him, if I'm not mistaken. So maybe we run back Warriors something.
You would run back Steph MVP. Like I don't think they're just going away like this. With
Can
everything
John
that's
Morant
happened,
and Steph both win MVP?
And Paula. So okay. I don't hate what Fat Girls is saying about the Warriors. Steak, you have any thoughts on that? You don't love it. You don't love it. I
don't love it. My basketball brain tells me, well, I don't disagree with much of what Fat Girl said. My basketball brain tells me they might not be very good.
I agree with you. My basketball brain doesn't love it, but the storyline and emotion just wants to buy into it. That's why I'm not doing it season long. Because like basketball brain, they're not that good. Like they're old, but they can do it.
Yeah, I know. I did it last year. I think that's like how you said you can't go back to Memphis. I don't know that I can go back to Golden State. I respect everyone who wants to take Steph Curry to win MVP 30-1. I don't blame you for a fucking second for taking a dart on that at all.
Okay. And then on the Blazers end, I like Klingon. I don't really know much else about their team, but if I'm looking at their win total, no, I think I'd rather get involved in the Pistons, honestly, if I'm going to get involved in a fucking nasty, stupid team here. But they are at 22.5 and the under is juice. They're going to be terrible again, aren't they?
Yes.
Dude, this team does not give a fuck, dude. Ayton got paid. Jeremy Grant got a max in the offseason. Simons knows he's the face of the franchise. Like, other than that, if you're a Trailblazers player, what the fuck do you care to just show up for this team? There's nothing.
I don't know. I guess you make a good point. Okay, let's move on. Let's talk about the Suns and the Clippers. I know Beeman said here, who is another resident. Beeman, I just think at the end of the day, 4 heads is probably too much, but I want to have you at some point talk ball. So we'll DM later. I got to help a client right before the Suns talk. I better not hear KD slander. Listen, Fat Girls and Beeman. Not just me. I speak for Steak and Greg as well. We're big fans of you guys being a part of the community, helping out with all things degenerate. It's great, but there are certain things that we say sometimes, and you guys get sassy pants, and which is a great word to describe it. Beeman got sassy and a little triggered when I was saying that Kevin Durant looks washed and old. Now, listen, it came from a good place because I had the Nets. I think the year that Kyrie went down and Kevin Durant was doing it all on his own. The Nets, remember, like I think his foot was on the line with the 3 and they were playing, maybe it was the Bucks or something, and they lost in overtime and they got knocked out of the playoffs. Steak, you might have been on that too, but I was trying to get cute with the Nets there to win the East or win the title or something. I loved Kevin Durant that season. I mean, I was like, this guy, I have no problem saying Kevin Durant is the best player in the NBA, even at his age. What I saw from Kevin Durant when he played on the Suns, I was like, oof, that's it. I was like, oof, this isn't great. If I'm a Suns fan, this isn't great. Beeman was very upset and took it to heart that Kevin Durant might be washed. Am I wrong? is Kevin Durant, does he still have it in the tank? I mean, this team was bad last year for their standards with now being a super team with Beal and Devin Booker. They got nobody else. I'm just saying, all right. I'm just saying, I think Kevin Durant is past his prime and his years of being able to be that third superstar that can be enough and not having anybody else on your depth chart to win a championship. Am I right or wrong? We'll start with Fat Girls.
Wrong.
Go ahead.
I'll be honest with you. After what Anthony Edwards just did them in the playoffs, like I'm asking you a question right now. Who doesn't think KD is washed?
Did you?
You said that KD. I know, but tell me anyone in the world. It's like nobody not think KD's washed after that.
Beeman. I literally just explained. I set up a whole 5-minute intro that I said KD was washed, and Beeman, who's a Suns fan, got upset with me that he's not washed.
Okay, I understand. But never mind. Beeman's a fan. You knew he wasn't going to say that, regardless.
But he's a smart basketball guy, so maybe the fandom got in the way. Okay, fair enough.
I think out of like the couple of square teams I want to back with, because like you got to think this year, like nobody's talking about the Sixers or the Suns or the Nuggets, like the guys who have been around for the longest time. And I think I want to back the Suns, like truly. Like I think they're the team I want to square up with. Vogel's gone. Not enough people talk about it. Mike Budenholzer is a winner. He's their coach now. The guy does not lose. That motherfucker does not lose.
I'll give you that.
Can I just say this though? I think that year, even when the Bucks made that run, I feel like Budenholzer was a coach that got criticized a lot.
If you even take out like 1 year, he's still a winning coach, and he was just thrown into the fire from the Bucks organization for no reason. Like they just let him go. You think that guy's not fired up? He was sitting on the couch for the entire year. With the team that he has, with Beal and Booker and fucking KD and Tyus Jones, and now they have a massive bench. I think nobody's talking about the Suns, man, and I'm in.
Couldn't believe it took this long to hear the words Tyus Jones. I can't believe people love Tyus Jones so much.
You'll learn Tyus Jones and Mike Budenholzer this season, buddy.
Okay. I think it's very, very well said, very fair, and I'm very curious to hear what Steak has to say on that.
I'm going to slurp KD real quick. I'm doing this for Beeman. If you took away the fact that it was the NBA and they made millions of dollars, and you took away everyone talking about you on the internet and responding to fucking trolls from your burner, if it was just going to the gym and playing basketball, that was literally it. I think Kevin Durant would be the best basketball player of all time. That's what I think. And I'm very prepared to get flamed for that take too. But in all reality, Kevin Durant, I think, has the cleanest basketball game I've ever seen. None of you guys mentioned the guy I'm actually worried about. I'm not worried about Kevin Durant. Yeah, he's getting older, whatever you want to say. He's not washed. Kevin Durant is not washed yet. Did you watch the Olympics? He's not washed yet. He's a little older, sure. Here's who I'm worried about. I'm worried about Bradley Beal. What is Bradley Beal? That's what I can't figure out. And I'm not going to call him washed because he's fucking like 26 or 27 years old, but he's a problem for me. I don't think you call it like a big three. I'm very prepared to call it Booker a superstar. I don't know if I'm prepared to call Bradley Beal a superstar. All we ever watched him do was, I'm going to say stat pad, and people are going to get mad at me, but putting up a bunch of points for the Washington Wizards when you win 20 games doesn't fucking impress me. That's the guy I'm worried about for the Suns. I get everyone's point. They absolutely could be championship contenders. You have Devin Booker, Bradley Beal, and Kevin Durant. That's enough right there, no matter who your role players are. But I got to see it, man. I think I got to see it. Bradley Beal was that old. I apologize.
In Beal's defense, I think he's going to be one of the first guys to go to the bench. Like, they signed Tyus Jones for a reason, and I honestly trust Mike Budenholzer to figure it out. Like, I don't think they're going to be all three on the court at the same time like they were last year. And their bench is really good, dude. Like, it's hard to hate the Suns.
So, okay.
Everybody already hates them.
Now let me ask you guys this. I'm a little surprised when I go to their win total to only see 47.5.
The West is stacked.
Yeah, the West is stacked. That's why I thought the Pelicans was high, Fat Girls, by the way.
Yeah. Wow. The
West is stacked.
It's stacked. It's insane, actually.
Like, if you think the Suns odds are weird, go look at the Nuggets odds.
I can't assume they're any higher than 50 if they're even.
They haven't been
50.5.
Yeah, there you go.
Minnesota's 52.5. I think we already talked about them. I thought that was low for the Thunder are 56.5. Dude, I love the Thunder.
The Rockets are getting respect, boys.
Are they?
Yeah, 43.5 for that Rockets team. What did they win last year?
We didn't talk about the Thunder. We're gonna have to finish them or fit them in too, because I guess they're just not playing in the first 2 days, which is crazy talk. But before we do, Clippers guys, they're 4.5-point dogs at home.
Jesus.
No PG. I think Kawhi maybe is healthy, but maybe he's not. I'm so out on the fucking Clippers. Are we all out on the Clippers? Does anybody have any good to say about the Clippers?
Yeah.
Steak's going to take their over, and it's just not hitting.
No. Why are you taking their over?
I didn't say I was taking their over. I have something good to say. Kawhi Leonard and Paul George are gone. That's good.
Wait, where's Kawhi Leonard?
Fucking
All
literally
season?
probably never playing again.
Hurt.
Okay.
He's hurt already.
So who is playing? I see Norman Powell.
Norman Powell and Terrence Mann and Zubac, and it's just their win total was steamed like a motherfucker. It went down like maybe like 6 wins.
Yeah, of course. Of course it did, yeah.
Yeah. It's bad. That's why I said I don't even want to talk about them. Yeah, they still have Harden.
They have Harden?
Yeah.
Dude.
James Harden is the reason I won't take the Clippers over. Because honestly, man, I like backing a bunch of guys with a lot to prove after you lose it. Guys like Paul George and Kawhi Leonard, who I think just have sucked the fucking energy out of that building for years. I think it's an absolute good thing for the LA Clippers that Kawhi Leonard and Paul George are done. But with James Harden still there, I'm not backing over wins at all.
Wait a minute. James
Harden.
What's
funny too is they traded all their picks. Like they're completely fucked as an organization. They have nothing to take for even if they wanted to.
Harden's 35. He's not even on the odds board on Bet Online to be the MVP.
Dude,
you think that's a bad bet?
Sports book if you bet James Harden MVP.
Wait. But there's nobody else there.
Doesn't matter, bro. No, you cannot bet James Harden MVP. No, you can't.
You
can't do it.
You can't put $10 on
it. No. It'll be literally the worst.
You can't even put 10 cents on it. I'd rather you put $10 on Jets to win the Super Bowl.
I have never said this to you or anyone ever, but please donate the $10 to charity.
Seriously,
I hate when people say that.
I had to say it.
But if the Clippers do well and exceed expectations, it's going to be because of him.
No, it's really not though. That's
who's it going to
be? A bunch of guys, Zubac, Terrence Mann, a bunch of guys who are trying to get big fucking contracts. You're.
What if they trade for Dennis Schroeder?
You're
bro. I mean, this is going to haunt me for the rest of the year.
Okay, no, that was funny.
Nick Heisman special, okay? That's a much better bet.
I gotta say, in all seriousness, for clowning Fat Girls one time, that was very fun. But Fat Girls, you've been doing great. Thank you very much. It's very helpful to have you on here. All right, let's just finish up with the Oklahoma City Thunder. I love SGA. I love the Thunder. I love this team. Steak, when we've gone to see the Magic, I feel like we've gone to see the Magic play the Thunder like 2 or 3 times. And thankfully, the Magic have played very well each time. But they're so much fun to watch. They have so many dudes. Dort is awesome. SGA has got to be like one of the best players in the NBA, which is obviously not groundbreaking. But I say that as like, I just think he's probably eventually going to win MVP at some point. Can he do it with fucking Luka and Tatum in a crowded, room like that? Maybe not, but he's trendy. They're trendy. They come through. 56.5 win total. It's the second highest in the league behind the Boston Celtics at 58.5. But now what we just realized with how stacked the West is and how all these other teams like the Suns at 47, the Wolves at 52, that's a lot of fucking respect, man. Are the Thunder capable of winning the NBA championship? Steak?
Absolutely capable of winning the NBA championship. Absolutely capable of being number 1 in the West again. And SGA is probably the MVP.
Plus 425 right behind Luka.
Great bet. I think that's a fucking really good 425 bet. I think he's going to be fucking top 3 guy all year long.
Fat Girls?
Yeah, I also have SGA MVP plus 450, so I already got CLV there. We're looking really good early. I really like the Thunder this year. And what people aren't talking about with the Thunder is, like, you already look at their depth chart, they don't have a hole. Let's say if they did have an injury or they feel like they needed shooting, they have so much draft capital. They can still go out before the deadline and trade for whatever their issue might be. And I don't think they have an issue, but I really like the Hardenstein signing. I know he's not going to be there early in the year, but the big man that can just set the screen at the top of the keys and get rebounds. I really like. So I took them plus 650 to win the championship and plus 350 to win the West. I like them a
It's
lot.
absolutely insane that this team with the highest win total in the West has fucking the LA Clippers draft pick next year.
Dude, they have so
insane.
much they can trade with, which is like the scariest part about them. Like if they're not satisfied, they can go trade for another guy.
Yeah. I think barring an injury, they're not even going to need to. That's the truth.
They're not
Obviously, guys could get hurt, but if no one gets hurt for the Thunder, I don't even know if you want to fuck up that roster.
I agree.
Sorry, a FedEx driver and a lady were about to get in a fight outside my window. I had to get eyes on it. Yeah, I think I agree with everything you guys said. The Thunder are going to be really good. Okay. In closing, I think this is kind of important. Fat Girls, your best bet win total. Who is it?
We actually didn't talk about them. It's the Spurs.
Oh, because they're not fucking playing either. All right, give me your pitch on the Spurs.
I love the Spurs, and there's a lot of different thing that goes into it. I think wherever CP3 goes, for whatever reason, minus the Warriors last year because it was just so weird, he makes that team better. And what's really ironic to me is the year Blake Griffin won the award, the following year the Clippers signed Chris Paul, and I don't think that's ironic of what's happening here with Wemby. Wemby wins Rookie of the Year. They bring in a veteran guard like CP3, and I like what this team has to offer. I took their win total over. I took them plus 360 to make the playoffs, and I like their team. Devin Vassell is still really good. Nobody's talking about him. Harrison Barnes isn't the sexiest, but he's better than Zach Collins, and that's what they had last year, so he's good. And sneaky 50-1 of what I did, since me and the Ramble guys think they're going to make the playoffs. Keldon Johnson, 6-man of the year, 50-1. They make the playoffs, and they get there. Keldon Johnson is their guy off the bench. He's averaging 20 a night. Even when they were hurt, he would stay on the bench for a reason. So 50-1, it's worth it for me. And I like Wemby this year. I think he has a chance to win the MVP. I like CP3 in their offense and veteranship for them. This team, I think, is going to make the playoffs.
I took Chris Paul to lead the league in assists last year. Am I a year early?
Potentially. It's going to be tough with some of the other guys there. It's probably not going to hit it. I'm being honest. It's not as bad as the James Harden one, but it's cool. Like,
I saw the look on Steak's face right there when he just can't believe it.
Hold on.
He'll probably be an assistant coach next year.
Hard for me to think the Spurs and the Rockets go over wins personally. That's a pretty fair take.
See, the thing is with the Spurs, devil's advocate, is I also was in the place. I was like, nobody can say anything bad about them. And it's a different thing of like Wemby is there. And again, I'll reference Bill Simmons' podcast, all three of them unanimous under lock, which was weird to me. They were the only one that I could not find. Like, they were the only people that I found say something bad about the Spurs. So there's people out there.
Let me ask you a question. I just want to make sure I got this right. Stephon Castle is the rookie for the Spurs, right?
Yes.
And they picked him with the pick they traded Rob Dillingham for, or they swapped Castle and Dillingham. Is that what happened?
I wouldn't be able to tell you that. I have no idea.
A lot of people like him, I feel like.
Why does it matter, though?
I was interested because I really thought Rob Dillingham would be a fucking great fit for the Spurs.
Oh.
Well, I think for what it's worth, I haven't heard people slurp the Spurs. I have heard people slurp Wemby, but it's one of those things that I think is just going to happen. Whatever you want to take, MVP. He's not going to win the MVP, but like Defensive Player of the Year, whatever it is. Him, I know Chet's up there. But yeah, I'm all in on Wemby. I think he's awesome. I actually. I'll never forget. I mean, I'm not super tapped into Summer League or anything like that, but I remember when Wemby came out and he had like his first or second Summer League game and he didn't look that good. I remember everybody on Twitter being like, this guy's not going to make it, blah, blah. And all I could think, it wasn't a hill I'm going to die on because, again, I don't follow the NBA that closely, but I'm like, it sure is funny that these people are writing this fucking Wemby dude off after 2 Summer League games. So anyways, I hope he does well. I like the guy. I like his game. I mean, it's just freakish. But anyways, Steak, best bet on the NBA win total. Where are you at right now?
Bucks over wins.
Ooh.
That's my favorite. And
Pistons.
I'm taking the Pistons for sure. They're definitely on my card. And I think OKC's got to be on my card. But what are they to win the West? Are they like plus 170?
They're plus 330.
To win the West?
That's what I got.
Okay, that's going on my card too.
5 units?
OKC's going to the finals.
5 units?
No, not 5 units. Everything's a unit.
1 unit, bro. Nobody gets jazzed up for that.
And
No,
you put 5 units on it.
in all seriousness, I'm going to square up with the fucking Thunder. I love the Thunder. Fat Girls, I'm down with the Spurs. I like that. I think that I don't know. I have my reservations about the Pelicans, about fading them. I think that's what you said you're going to do. You're going to fade them. I'm with you guys on the Rockets. I'm good with that. Trying to think of what else I like.
Can I talk about one more thing that I think
yeah.
is mostly just funny, but also kind of interesting? And I did
Yeah.
want to hear Fat Girl's take. Could Josh Giddey not win Most Improved Player?
Oh my God, he's on the Bulls.
Dude, this is the thing about this fucking award, man. Like, a second-year player can win it, or a 22nd-year player can win it. There's no cap for it. There's no. It doesn't like.
He's 10-1.
It's just I don't know how to quantify the award. Like, I took 3 guys and I don't know who's winning it because anybody in the league can win it. It's so random. He can win it, yeah, for sure.
Just feels like he's going to have the opportunity. I'm just going to say that.
I have a guy that I like, that I feel he's on the Kings still. Keegan Murray.
He's still on the Kings.
I like Keegan Murray.
What is he?
He's 50-1. He was kind of hyped coming out last year, I think. Didn't he come from Iowa or something? Does that sound right?
I have no idea. He was there last year.
I just like the Kings team. We didn't talk about the Kings either.
I don't like the Kings.
I don't like the Kings either. No.
Sorry. Keegan Murray. I like him. Anyways, I'm looking at Most Improved Player. If you ask Hovey, he's going to tell you Manuel Quickley because he used to play on the New York Knicks. I don't really know anybody else that's really catching my eye.
There's not going to be enough guys. That's the problem with the Kings. Is
Rookie of the Year is going to be Reed Shepherd for Steak. Fat Girls, I don't think you haven't mentioned anyone.
I have 2 guys. I have Edie, which is just the chalk one for me, and then I took the guy from the Bulls, Montas Buzelis.
All right, you want my Rookie of the Year player? I like this Stephon Castle guy. McCann is 60-1 if anybody cares. Dillingham is now 25-1. He was. Why are you guys laughing?
Hobie saying "fuck you."
They're arguing at each other in chat, and I just peeped, and it was funny as shit.
Yeah, because you fucking sold him, bro. You have a good pitch, Hovey. Listen, I want to be clear. I like Hovey. Hovey knows ball.
He does know.
He knows ball. He's just a huge homer. So I've never heard him say anything about a player that wasn't currently playing or did formerly play on one of his favorite teams. All right, I just realized it's 12:03. Guys, this was great. The chat loved it. Everybody was buzzing. Fat Girls, can't thank you enough for taking the time. Beeman, thanks for being there in chat again. Another resident DGen ball knower. We'll get you up here during the season. We'll do this again. Steak, as always, appreciate you, and I will see you tomorrow for NFL and college. So get ready to start early. We got a loaded stream tomorrow. Have a great day, gentlemen. Good luck this season. Please post your picks in the Discord, okay? NBA futures, everybody. I'm going to try to be active in the NBA this season, all right? I'm going to not be the curmudgeon that I once was and maybe get involved with player props a little bit more. I know everybody loves that shit. So get in the Discord. Steak, Fat Girls, please post your futures, and have a great week. I'll talk to you guys later.
W, Fat Girls.
Fat Girls. Appreciate it, man. All right. See you, Steak. Guys, I'm going to raid Owner's Box because I'm going on there in a few minutes. I'm just going to take a piss. Thank you for the sub banks, by the way. Jake MLB, I see you, 22 months. Shout out Steak for the Angels hat. Picks with Deej. Appreciate you, Deej. Larry Beeman, 19-monther. W Steak. D Decker with a new follow. Rives with a new follow. And then we just got another follow from Preppin Wa 23. Appreciate the new follows. We do this every weekday, 10:30 a.m. Board review. We're going to be starting at 10 a.m. a little bit more often because we have so many sports coming on. All right, let's see. Is Owner's Box live? They have to be live. If they're not live, I'm going to fucking lose my shit. All right, there we go. Manage stream. All right, guys. Raid Owner's Box Sports. All right, join the raid. Yes, JP. Early TV for dudes in their 20s. Very well said. Very funny. Yep. Join the raid. I'll see you guys over there. We're going to talk more puck. If you're into puck, if you're into ice, if you're watching on YouTube, go to the Owner's Box channel right now. I'm going to be heading over there right this second. All right. Peace.